Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Thursday, January 30th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 67. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk about the latest news surrounding the LSU coaching staff and their latest addition, and we'll give you an update on the Saints coaching search. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
They said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. We are live here at the Senior Bowl, Mobile, Alabama. Once again, shout out to LeBear's Hotel Casino in Baton Rouge for sponsoring our trip out here. It's been a very good time thus far, and this might be the most excited that I've been to start a show. As if you're watching live on YouTube right now, the man who just sat down next to me is really one of the stars of the show this week. And that is, you heard us talk a lot about him, my guy, Willie Lampkin. Willie, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? T-Bob, man, it's nice to meet you. We're just meeting out. God, firm handshake, dude. See, strong hands, though, bro. But I've been watching you, of course. I mean, okay.
T-Bob, by the way, he's not a 9-inch king. He's in the 10 club with me, hand size.
Look,
I already looked it up. That's a whole deal.
I know.
I
know. Okay, look. So all I'm going to say, guys, for those that don't know, Willie's, you've gone a bit viral because obviously, I mean, whatever. It's like you're not used to. He comes in at 5'10", 270, and here we have like Deion Walker, 6'7", 350, Cam Jackson, 6'6", 3 whatever, and Willie's out here kicking ass, man, kicking ass, owning one-on-ones, powerful, strong hands, long arms, great body, great control. What's up, man? How's these first 2 days been for you thus far?
It's been exciting. I'm just blessed to be here, blessed to be a part of the Senior Bowl. It's been a blessing.
And for those who don't know, again, in case you think, like, let's not get it twisted, okay? Willie, first-team All-American, the Jacobs Award winner. That's for the best blocker in the ACC, and the highest-graded guard in the country, according to PFF. Okay, so this ain't new, but this is the first time that a lot of us are getting to see it. So take us to Saturday, man, because you aren't going to play in this game. Somebody gets hurt, and then you get the call on Saturday to come up here. What was that like?
Yeah, I was just chilling in my hotel room in Arizona, just playing the game, and I just get a call. I'm like, who's this calling me? And I see it's like an Alabama number, so I call back. I'm like, hello? He's like, hey, it's Jim Nagy with the Senior Bowl. Would you be interested to come out and play? I was like, what?
Let's go.
I was like, what?
Let's go.
I was like, yeah, definitely. I'll definitely be out. I'll definitely be out there as soon as I can. And I got my flight stuff, and I was here immediately.
Stay ready, guys. I mean, my guy was ready at the drop of a hat to come out here and throw it in the ring and put everything on the line this week in Mobile.
Yeah, hey, tell them about your journey, though, going from Coastal Carolina. You go to UNC, kind of bet on yourself. You know you can play at a higher level. And like I told you yesterday, no disrespect to Coastal and the Sun Belt. It's a great league, great school. But you want to challenge yourself and go to North Carolina, play in the ACC, and then you end up, winning the award for the best offensive lineman. But what was that journey like for you going from Coastal to UNC?
It was definitely difficult, because I took the transition by myself. I went on the OV by myself. It was everything was new to me. I was at Coastal for 3 years, so I was super comfortable with that coaching staff. And, it was definitely difficult, going to UNC, trying to, make my own way, pay my own way. But, it was definitely a great learning experience. It's been a long journey. And, it took a lot of hard work and dedication, extra work, every single day, having to, put the extra work in, go work out by myself, go train by myself, go different places, try to get better. It's just been a long journey, and a lot of work, a lot of hard work put into it.
Well, and it's reflected in your play, I would say, and it's so interesting, man. So my old man played quarterback in the NFL, whatever, but he had this center for the Saints for years. This guy Joe Hilgenberg, and he was about 265, right? But he was a wrestler at Iowa, right? So pass, right? He just had elite body control. You were a wrestler in high school. Is this true? 4 state championships?
No.
Okay. So give me the wrestling background though, because I feel like when I watch you play, I feel like I can see that seeping through in your past.
He's about to be humble, but go tell him the record. I mean, it might not have been 4 state championships.
But is it true that you never lost a match? I don't know. Like, is the legend of Willie? I keep hearing all these things.
So my senior year, really my senior year, summer to the end. No, I didn't lose a match, but
let's go.
But my career record is 192, 125. My last year, senior year, I went 47-0 with like 40 pins. I had like 40 pins. My junior year, I broke the school record for how many pins. I had like 45 pins.
Damn,
and then
Willie.
I played second in the finals, but I was like a 3-time state qualifier.
Let's go, dude.
I mean, did you have a chance maybe to even do that at the collegiate level?
I did, but I knew wrestling, like, I feel like I was a better football player than I was a wrestler. So
right.
Yeah.
I just was like, let me stay
But
football.
so the whole point in bringing up the wrestling is how much do you feel like that helps in pass pro specifically even? I mean, run block is that's one thing, but like how much do you think that kind of informs or has helped your football?
I would say definitely like having that leverage, that body control, just being able to use like my entire body, control my entire body, have that good leverage. Be strong at the point of contact.
Yeah.
And, just have that dog mentality.
You got heavy hands, too, dude. Which, I mean, look, I always wanted to be described as having heavy hands. I never got it, unfortunately. But I feel like it's such a good moniker.
Yeah, like the opposite, feather hands is not great.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
You don't want to be feather hands.
Bro. Your ass is out. So you get the call Saturday. You show up. Okay, I got to tell you a great story. So I'm going to the bathroom here yesterday after one of the shows, and all the D linemen are in there, and they're talking to each other, talking trash or whatever. And one of them's like, man, you're really starting to piss me off. He goes, man, you keep this up, I'm going to seek Willie on you.
He did.
He said, Willie Lampkin. I'm about to get Willie on your ass. I was like, oh, my God.
So somebody you beat on the day before. I wonder. I wish we knew who it was, because that's a fantastic. So that means Willie the day before locked him up. He's like, I'm going to get Willie on you. You're going to stop playing.
Oh, Willie Lampkin. Let's go.
That's funny. That's funny.
So like Jake said, you bet on yourself. You go to Carolina. Was there ever any doubt of or did you have a moment where all of a sudden you're practicing, you're playing, whatever, you're like, oh, like I got this. Like, okay, like I'm like, okay, never mind, like I got this.
Really, that first practice, like I knew it was gonna be tough because like I had to get used to like the pace of the practice. It was kind of fast, compared to Coastal, and then I had to do special teams as well. So just getting used to all of that. And plus, like, the transfer portal was just, like, it was crazy being a transfer and, going to a new school. Like, it just was so different. It's like, super different from being a freshman and going to a new college.
Really?
Going to college, just, like.
Why? Like, how so?
It's like, you're just, like, kind of like a new addition to the team, but I'm not like a freshman. So it's like, I don't come in with, kids my age. I come in with, people that's sophomore, senior, graduate, transfer. So it's like, I'm kind of on my own.
Yeah.
And I had to get used to that.
Oh, I guess that's true. You're not like, there's no like freshmen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because you're right. You always have in freshmen, you have the other boys. Like everybody's coming together.
Yeah.
You have the fella. Oh,
T, you've heard me talk about this, T. So going into my 5th year in the NFL, I go to Denver, and I'd played in the same division as Denver, but whatever, man, I felt like a 18-year-old. Like I felt so out of place. I'm like, man, I've been in this. I've played against these guys. I know these guys, but it was such a different feeling. Nobody else came in with me. It was just me.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm feeling like a rookie again, just because I didn't have those other guys that were the same age, same goal, kind of coming in at the same time.
Yep.
Willie, you look so comfortable at center, but as I said, highest graded guard in the nation, according to PFF guys. You've obviously done a lot of cross training there. I guess what's your center background up to this point?
Honestly, I only have 1 year of center background. That was at Coastal. That was at Coastal Carolina my junior year. That's the only time I've ever played center.
Damn, dude. Because you look great out there. You look very comfy, like in your sets, snaps, offhand firing, dude.
Do you think that's where you'll probably live in the NFL? Is that center?
I've had some people talk to me about playing guard as well. I've had some questions about playing fullback.
Hey, fullback's a great position.
Yeah,
I'm just
dude,
letting you know it's a
he-
great
he
position.
was a fullback in the league
Yeah.
for a while.
It feels like, though, you're, like, willing to do whatever, center, guard, fullback. You know, some guys come into this game, Willie, and they're like, no, I'm a quarterback. I'm not playing tight end. I'm not playing fullback. I'm only going to play quarterback.
Damn,
but it feels
John,
like
why are you talking about Tim Tebow like that?
that did throw a little shade at Tim. Tim, not everybody can play quarterback. It's okay, or fullback. But it feels like you're just like, hey, I just want to go out there. I want to play. I don't really care where I'm at. I just want to be a National Football League player.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I just feel like, if the opportunity presents itself, I just want to, step into it and fulfill it.
What about does it ever get – can you feel when you walk out there sometimes when people see you for the first time, can you kind of feel the judgment? Or they're kind of like, maybe not judgment, but just kind of like, wait, what's going on here?
Some people, like a lot of people confuse me for, like, a running back. So it's kind of crazy. Like, when I was playing against Clemson, like, the guy, he thought I was a running back. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, my God. Then you just locked his ass up there.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Man. Oh, my God.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. Like, you hold 270 really well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't get,
no,
like.
I mean, jacked, quickness, strong, I can
Yeah.
tell. What about, so what's your, because you seem very kind. Like, you seem very kind in this setting. What's your kind of demeanor on the field, would you say?
I'm angry.
Hell yeah,
I'm
dude.
angry.
Hell yeah, dude.
I would say when I get on the field, try to, switch my mentality, off the field, I always been, like, told, like, from my grandpa, you can't be mean off the field, you have to be nice to people because,
Yep.
you want to be treated the same way. But on the field, I definitely have to switch that mentality and go back to that dog mentality.
That's exactly what my old man told me growing up. You can be two different people. You got to be two different people. But, off the field and on the field. Once you get on.
It's the only time you can get away with that.
Yeah, true.
Once you become a civilian over here, you can't do that
true.
anymore.
Actually, true. Let it ride. Okay, so we're going into. Is this the last practice of the week for the game?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the first, real practice, you'll have, some walkthrough stuff. Yeah.
So how we feeling going into this final day? Do you feel good?
I feel good, just, trying to get comfortable at center, trying to, take every day one at a time, learn the playbook, get comfortable with my teammates, get to learn them, how they play, so they can help me become a better player and I can help them become a better player. These past couple of days have been awesome.
Yeah.
So T-Bob played center at LSU as well, so both of you could really answer this. Like, I have no idea what it would be like to try to transition from guard to center, but it feels like it would be very difficult. Snapping the football is one thing, but also you got to snap it, then you got to go get your guy, and then you got to make sure that you're in the right spot. You don't have a chance to maybe jump it at like you do at guard or tackle. So, like, how difficult is that to kind of go back and forth and play center when you haven't really done it? Because T-Bob also played guard as well.
Yeah.
It's I ain't gonna lie, it's difficult, because you have to get the first thing you have to get is a snap. Like, without the snap, there is no play.
Right.
So you have to be able to snap the ball, and that's one thing I had to learn because at first, at Coastal, I wasn't the best at snapping the ball, but I could definitely come off the ball for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta tone it down. Like,
that would be difficult for me. Like, I know I'm ready to go. I know my assignment, but I've got to make sure I snap it before I go do it.
Well, and I mean, think about it. You're closer to the D lineman than anybody else. I'll always say this, man. Like, center maybe isn't the hardest physical position because there's less one-on-ones. You always got help or whatever. But guard is the D line of the O line. Those are the dumbasses. Anybody
go straight. Go forward.
Like, guard is harder physically. You're going to be asked to do a little more. But like I said on an interview yesterday, like, if you can play tackle, you can play guard.
Yeah.
And like, if you can play, and a lot of times, but it does seem like center's a natural fit for you, man, because of your quickness. Last thing here, I'm sorry, Will, I know we've kept you a long time, but what about the mental lift? Because maybe even more so than the technique, you're snapping, stepping, everything like that. All of a sudden, here you are, and you're having to make all the calls on the line and make sure that this group that's never played together, like you said, can kind of look like a cohesive unit. What's been like mentally getting down the playbooks and the verbiage and everything like that?
It's been smooth. The NFL playbook, just hearing that long play call.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was crazy. Like, the first time I've ever heard it. When I was talking to Riley, if I felt like I was listening to John Gruden.
Yeah, all those viral clips of Gruden.
Oh, I'm like, why? You don't have to make it this difficult. Try to be the smartest guy in the room. Because I'm sure like your college call was probably like a code word and a number maybe in front or behind it.
Yeah, it was like when I was at UNC, it was like, just like a three numbers. But now it's like
that was it.
Like the verbiage is
I'll give you
crazy.
a NFL play call example: jack right, scat right, 99 stop, F cross M. Like that's going to be. Yeah, exactly. Like that, and that's a basic play in the NFL, and that's in a number system that's supposed to be a little bit easier. So I'm like, hey, you don't have to be like the smartest guy in the room. Just give me a couple of numbers.
We can shut our brain off though after jack right, scat right. Right?
Yeah.
Like
You can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the online, like we're
you can.
Okay, I got the formation.
So Jack Wright's talking to the fullback, so I got to align to the tight end. Scat Wright's my protection. Then I got to listen to the 99 stop F cross M because I'm part of the route concept.
The routes. Chill out, dude. No,
hey, Willie said he might play some fullback. I'm trying to get him ready for the fullback stuff.
We got our protection. We're good to go, dude. Hey, Willie, I've been geeking out over you all week, man. I love watching you play. Again, it's like a viper, dude. The quickness, the toughness, the body control, the balance. It's been great, man. And I hope you keep kicking ass and you have a great another day today, dude.
Thank you. I
Just
appreciate
stack plays, baby. Willie Lampkin, highest graded player in the country, highest graded guard in the country last year, first team All-American, Jacobs Award winner, and Senior Bowl standout here in Mobile, Alabama. We'll be back with more Off the Bench next.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you.
Off the bench.
Hey guys, I want to talk to you about our OG when it comes to OTB, and that is Central Plumbing. Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. You need somebody who's going to be there for you if you have any plumbing needs. That is Central Plumbing, and they've been at it for nearly 5 decades, y'all. They've seen it all. They can fix it all. You have flat rate pricing, so you're not, no, just like a DoorDash or something. You order, then all of a sudden everything's jacked up on the back end. No, not the case. You know exactly where you get into. You get licensed, bond insured employees who you can trust to come to your home. This is your information ahead of time. Great warranty coverage as well. So what that means is you have that peace of mind every single step along the way. And 24/7 emergency service, so they're there when you need them. Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB live here in Mobile, Alabama. We are at the Senior Bowl. It is our last day here. It's the last day of practice as well. And shout out to LeBair's Casino Hotel in Baton Rouge for sending us out here. It's been a great experience, and we're very thankful to LeBair's for allowing us to do so. Now, in terms of other standouts from yesterday, I mean, we can get to maybe outside of LSU, but there is a heavy LSU contingent here. And Jake, I have some. Well, okay, no, sorry, I'll say it this way. I'm not trying to be a homer, but when you talk about the Senior Bowl, you enter, and there's a certain level of expectation that you enter the week with. The goal is to raise the expectation, right? It's not saying that you're going to be a first rounder, right? Like one guy's going to enter as a fourth rounder, one's going to enter as a second, whatever the case may be. But however people think of you, the goal is to raise how they think of you. And really, it seems like everybody's done that. I mean, Miles Frazier had one-on-one reps that started going viral yesterday. Emery Jones is, well, you got a good Emery Jones story coming up here in a second. Mason Taylor continues to be the tight end. Him and Arroyo from Miami that everybody's talking about. Savion Jones is maybe not getting all the headlines, but I think it's like a lesser raise, but he too has been practicing well. So it's been a really good week for those guys.
It has been, and every single day, like one of the LSU guys here has stood out, and certainly, like Mason's had an incredible run here so far. But like day one, Mason was grabbing all the headlines. He still had a great day on day number two. I was catching up with Billy Bowman from Oklahoma, and we asked him, I said, who's the hardest guy here in Mobile to cover? And he quickly went Mason Taylor. He's like, oh, it's Mason Taylor.
Wow.
LSU tight end. He goes, when we played against them, I wasn't really on him as much, like only a handful of times because, obviously other receivers, and Billy Bowman's got like just a ridiculous interception number. I think he had like 13 in his career.
What?
But it's like I didn't really get to guard him, so I wasn't familiar with his game, basically. And so he quickly threw out Mason Taylor's name. You mentioned Miles Frazier. He had a good day, but like Emery Jones, man, at the end of practice yesterday, it was incredible because, like they had the competition deal. I think I told you yesterday, he wanted to go on day one so bad. He kept walking up there, and the guy's like, go sit down, because he wanted to go. And then Miles ended up going, but he got a chance yesterday. And I know that – did you have a chance to watch the videos?
I've not seen the Emery Jones videos yet.
All right, so
I do know, though, I have access to I guess I would say that I have sources to some scouts, and Emery Jones' competitive spirit and attitude was one of the focal points of conversation.
Yeah, so the first day he wanted to go, and again, it's like you're between the hashes and all the players are in the back, but then all the like NFL personnel, they're on like the hashes, and you got media out there as well. So the first day he keeps walking up to the coach like, go sit down, because he wanted to be out there. And so day number two is like, he's the first guy up. It's like Emery Jones, right? And he's going against an edge rusher from Texas, and the first rep that they go, initially the Texas guy, he kind of wins, but then Emery finds his way. He kind of recovers and then pushes him past the quarterback but then the defense acted like they won.
Yeah, I'm about to say that first rep that I just saw
Exactly.
on there. Yeah, the Texas is dead. No, I saw the first one. They were dabbing him up like he won the rep. That wasn't a dub at all.
No, not at all. I mean,
he
it's
locked him up rep 3 too, dude.
And so the Texas guy's celebrating, and Emery's barking. I mean, barking at him. He's like, get on the sweet nothing line, you know. I mean, said a couple choice words. He's like, get on the line. And so they did a second rep, and Emery locks him up on the second rep, and then the guy's still talking. He tells him to get right back on the line. They go 3, like, good-on-good live reps, and then the third one,
he got better and better and better.
Emery
every single
certainly
rep.
locked him up, and he was letting him know. So, yeah, there is an incredible spirit with Emery Jones. And I asked him a little bit about it yesterday, and hopefully we can get him on today, because he's like the nicest guy. Like, he's walking around, big smile. He's still got braces. He kind of looks like a big old kid.
Yeah.
But, man, he's got some piss and vinegar when he goes between those lines. And it's like to the echo of the Whistle Plus. Not enough to get in trouble, but enough to know that he's there. And it was a cool scene to see one of our guys go out there, call somebody out, compete, and then rep 2, rep 3, there was no doubt who won.
I will say this. It's a little intimidating from an LSU fan perspective to see these 3 linemen having so much success here, because it does give you an idea of how much quality you've had for the last 3 years
and
there.
The one that's going to get drafted the highest isn't even here.
Yeah, I know. True.
It just tells you, and oh my gosh, I know that is a point of conversation in Baton Rouge, the offensive line, but I can tell you here in Mobile, Alabama, through the run game and the pass protection, they've been really good.
Well, let's do this then. Coming up next here and off the bench, let's hear from Miles Frazier. As I got to sit down with Miles Frazier at media day yesterday, and, well, you'll see, but, like, first off, dude is a media superstar. How we never had him on off the bench or anything boggles the mind. He obviously loves it. He's great at it. But just wait and see what he has to say, not just about his experience at LSU and everything else, but what he thinks about next year's team. We'll play for you next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I want to remind you about Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. You want to make the backyard of your dreams. Maybe you want to put a pool in. Maybe you want to put an outdoor kitchen in, the outdoor chill area, living area, putting green, right? Let's just send it. Or you never want to cut grass. You want to do turf. You want to do a bigger, better fence, pergolas, bulkheads, all of it is there at Pinnacle Exterior Construction, where we build the spaces and you build the memories. And really, that's what this is about. Making your home the place that you, your family, your friends all want to be. And you're just going to get a level of design, artisanship, competency that you're not going to get from these other companies. Go to PECbuilt.com, look at the gallery, see for yourself. Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
and looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand.
I'm the kind of brother who's been doing it my way, getting my way for years in my career. The kind of brother in and out my life I hear love and left in tears without a care.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
She caught me by surprise at night. I'd be the one breaking down. I can't figure it out why I'm so.
Yo, what's going on, yo? Welcome back to Off the Bench. We're live in Mobile, Alabama. And, of course, our coverage of the Senior Bowl is brought to you by LeBair's Casino and Hotel in Baton Rouge. Shout out to LeBair's for having us out here. And so we said we're going to play you the interview, but even better, we have the man himself, Miles Frazier, here live on set going into the final day of practice. Miles, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? How we doing today? Oh, my bad. I'm just going to – sorry. I don't wanna,
my bad.
No, you good. No, you good. So, Miles, we got to talk yesterday, and you opened with you look, no BS. You said, look, man, I've been kicking ass all week. Straight up. So how we feeling? And it's true. It is true. I mean, you literally went viral yesterday for locking people up in the one-on-ones.
Nah, it's this is experience. I wanted to show that I was the best swing player in the in this draft class, and I feel like I'm doing that each and every day, each and every rep, and I'm just taking advantage of each and every rep and taking advantage of having the opportunity to be with Emery, Deli, Mason, and Savion.
And what about because one thing that I find to be pretty fascinating, you look so comfortable, so good out there tackling. I knew you had tackle before you got to LSU. That's where you're freshman All-American and everything. But what was it like getting to train for the bowl game, getting to play some tackle, kind of prepare you for this?
So my biggest focus was making sure the young guys took that next step in terms of being self-motivated and just taking extra work, just maximizing their full potential while I was there. Then my second thing was to show that I could play tackle. So I got with Coach Davis and Coach Cliff, and we did a lot of tackle sets, stances. First I had to figure out my stance, then I had to figure out what side I was more comfortable with, and then we did a lot of indie, like additional to practice, separate film and things like that, and I think that really helped me.
I mean, tackle's a different life than guard. I mean, it's hard to play guard, but tackle, you're out there on an island. So what are some of the biggest differences? So for our listeners that have never done that, like what are some of the biggest differences between playing guard and tackle, and like just your mentality kind of going into both?
I would say basically in your pass set a lot, you have to be way more patient at tackle.
Yeah.
And like guard is way more aggressive and tackle is way more patient. So like yesterday, a lot of my one-on-ones, I knew the D-line. They were like, whoa, he's at tackle now. Like, they didn't know what to expect from me.
Did they think they were going to get you?
Nah, yeah. They thought they were going to get me. But it was like, they thought I was going to be more aggressive.
Right,
I was patient. Like, I still remember how to play tackle from the bowl game and from my off-season training. But the biggest difference is inside in the run game, at guard, you're against more bigger bodies, short, compact, bigger bodies.
Yeah.
And then on the outside, it's more leaner.
Yeah.
More,
All the length.
guys.
Yeah.
So,
Now, Miles, one of the most fascinating things that I learned in talking to you yesterday. Well, first off, that you're incredible at media. Like I don't know. Like if you want to be in this when you get done, you'd absolutely kill it. But what I love is kind of your journey, man. You come from New Jersey, under recruit out of high school, go all the way down to Florida International, then find your way to LSU. But I always assumed you just kind of arrived at LSU. But as you tell it, I mean, LSU was your school, was the school.
Yeah. So, like I said yesterday, it was just everyone that goes to LSU is just so high on LSU and just, oh my gosh, forever LSU, go Tigers, wearing wristbands, like everybody who's in the league and everyone who's in the media and just everyone in general, different sports and stuff like that. So I was wondering why the culture was so strong. So I actually waited in the portal to get LSU, and that was the specific school that I wanted to go to. And then once I got the call, like it was a no-brainer.
No, I mean, there's a lot of truth to that. You're right. I mean, you go to LSU, you're certainly prideful about it. All right, speaking of that, like what's going to be your most prideful moment? Like what is going to be like the moment in the memory for you when you look back at your LSU career?
Just being with my guys, like my bomb squad unit. Like that's
He has bomb squad tatted on the shoulder, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like
tick, tick, boom.
Yeah. But that unit specifically, like, those are the same guys that are going to be in my wedding. Those are the same guys that I'm going to carry for the rest of my life that, like, really made an impact on me, specifically Coach Brad Davis, Coach Cliff, everybody who was involved, Coach Steve DeMayo, Kane and Ray. All those guys, like, I cherish those moments specifically just to be with those guys, because when you're in the trenches and then you have a good relationship off the field and you're going out to bowl and and stuff that's not required by the team, but you just want to do it anyway, that's when you build, like, such a close unit.
Dude, y'all played so many snaps together.
That's just crazy. And now they're still playing snaps together here.
And that's what I was about to say. In this day and age of where we're at in the college landscape, like, you don't really get together that long.
Actually true.
So to have y'all be for 3 years, I mean, basically, I know Deli had some injuries, but outside of that, I mean, it was Will and Emery and yourself and Deli kind of all there together. And I mean, Charles Turner for a long time. He had DJ this year, but certainly y'all together for 3 years. That's hard to find.
Yeah, and it's just like each time you're more together, you're just more comfortable. Like, you're just, you know that those are your guys that you're just gonna bleed with, and it's like, it's a no-brainer when, like, you go against the Bamas and the A&Ms and the Ole Misses that at the end of the day, we always say, like, to Emery, I got your back, you got my back. So, like, we already know what it is when it comes on the field. Like, we just press play.
Yep.
Now, what about the future of LSU? Because you mentioned that one of your goals was to make sure that the young O-linemen, the next generation, were ready to go. And we just talked about it. It as an LSU fan, it's a little intimidating watching the week that y'all are having and how good you are. and like, we already know, I mean, where you're losing, but, like, it really reinforces the point that, like, there's a lot of really good players that have been there forever leaving that room. How do you feel about the boys next year?
I just feel like the sky's the limit for that group. Each person in that room was handpicked by Coach Brad Davis, and the fact that they're handpicked from Coach Brad Davis, they're going to follow suit in that way, which means they're going to compete. They're going to just pick up right when we left off. So a lot of people will be questioning, will there be a drop-off, like 4 guys are leaving and whatever. Like, at the end of the day, somebody got to step up, and whoever that role is, whoever that person is, whether it's Bo Borderline, Weston Davis, Tyree, whether it's Cone Eccles, DJ, whoever, the new guy, Solomon, whoever it is, Coach Davis is going to get them right, and at the end of the day, they're going to make the next step. So I talked to Nuss the other day, like 2 days ago, and, like, I told him, like, it's up this year. Like, a lot of people count LSU out, and, like, me, I don't really talk on the media and say what, like all kind of stuff like that, but like it's up. Like, at the end of the day, that bomb squad unit with Nuss and then the defensive side with Perk, Witt, and all them, it's gonna go crazy.
So you think Nuss is gonna have a big year?
Definitely, Heisman year. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, he's like the odds-on favorite.
Well, I mean, I think you give great perspective because in the bowl game, we talked about you playing tackle, but you played with all of the new that you're talking about. I mean, it was really you. Like, you were the veteran player out there. So what was that lead into that bowl game and that preparation like? And then y'all went out there and y'all had a really nice game. I mean, Nuss, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't take a sack. Y'all ran the football very well.
It was probably the biggest takeaway for me from the bowl game was how solid the.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Miles. I'm calling the game. I'm going through the flip chart, like making sure I got everybody's name right because there was so much news. So I mean, what was that like? Because y'all played really well, and that's the future of the LSU offensive line.
It was those guys bought in. They knew there was a void. They knew at first in the beginning of practices, it was different. But as they bought into like their potential, I feel like in a quick period, because it was only like 2.5, 3 weeks of that first practice of the bowl game. Like, they bought into the bomb squad way, and they embodied it in the game. Like, they did phenomenal, and I'm proud of those guys. Like, for real, like those guys are taking the next step. Just like I'm taking the next step here, they're taking the next step on the field, and those guys are going to dominate the SEC next year.
So I mean, look, obviously the short-term goals, just keep stacking days, keep stacking plays, kick ass, stay in the moment, all these sorts of things. But how excited are you to take that? Like, when you were growing up, was the NFL always the dream? Like, is this like was it always, football, NFL or bust?
Yeah, since I was 5, like that was my plan A, plan B, plan C, and like that was. So the fact that I'm here, it's just a blessing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm like, this moment at the Reese's Bowl playing next to my guys that I played, it's more like my first moment in Death Valley. Like, when I first ran out, and I was like, wow. Like, I remember that first home game versus Southern. And like, the bands were going back and forth, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, they show you on the visits, like in the little theater room and all that. Yeah. But nothing compares to actually experiencing it. So like, it definitely, like, this definitely is my dream. Reese's Bowl, the NFL, LSU, all that, and it's a blessing that everything is like coming to fruition.
All right, so I'm gonna make you talk nice about another school. Like, just, I know there's a lot of Ole Miss here. There's a lot of Alabama and Auburn. So maybe somebody that you went against during the season and you're like, I don't really know if I like this guy. But here, being his teammate, maybe you've, kind of learned to not hate the other SEC player as much. Anybody like that has been really good in practice and you're like, okay, I can appreciate your game?
I think Walter Nolan's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
He was pretty good in the game, and he's pretty good out here. He's one of the best D linemen in the SEC, and at the end of the day, like, I like going against him.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the best guard / swing player in the SEC. So at the end of the day, it's competition. Competition breeds excellence, and I'm glad to compete against him every day.
He's twitchy.
Who's the biggest fat ass on the LSU line?
I can't. Just the younger guys. I can't even get into.
So not Delhi.
Hey, I asked Emery that yesterday, and he kind of said the same thing. He's like, "Oh, those young guys, man."
3 for 3. That's 3 for 3. But it's true. I remember Trey Turner, who ended up being an absolute dog, but when he showed up, sloppy. sloppy. We had to get him right too. Miles Frazier, as you can see, man, awesome, and he's having an awesome week. We'll be back with more Off the Bench next.
Off the Bench.
All right, guys, I want to remind you that every day we are brought to you by our friends at Pelican Roofing. Go to pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com. If you're in Baton Rouge or Lafayette, you need a roof, you want to check out Pelican, you can go on the website and you can use the instant quote tool, where basically you type in your address through satellite imagery. It looks at your roof. You can choose maybe what style of roof, what you're thinking about upgrading, and you get a quote right away. Remember, at Pelican as well, we have some excellent financing options going down right now. 0% APR financing for up to 21 months for qualified applicants. Why this matters, okay, is because sometimes, you got to be a bit careful when it comes to just like the lowest cost, right? Because the thing's going to be handled correctly, to be done the way that with this financing, costs stay low, but you don't sacrifice any of that quality. And quality is really one of the ways in which Pelican separates. I mean, dedicated employees every step of the way, from answering the phones through cleanup, project managers on each and every site, right? Dedicated for each and every job, making sure that your experience is elite and that everything is done at an elite level. Also, find them on Facebook, Pelican Roof, and they're a couple more, or I guess last 2 days of the gym giveaway. We're doing giveaways every single month. Be involved in the community. Go to pelicanroof.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you. At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, what's going on, yo? Welcome back to OTB. We are live here in Mobile, Alabama. It is our final day. Oh, yeah, Miles is big, dude. Sorry, River's telling us to scoot in. Welcome back to OTB. They're live here in Mobile, Alabama. Shout out to LeBear's Baton Rouge Casino Hotel for having us out here. It's a great time out here, and when it be possible. Without LeBear. So thank you again. I told you guys, so we're not playing the interview from yesterday, but Miles, dude, that dude's incredible. So confident.
Yeah.
So well-spoken. So, what's what I'm looking for? Seems very cognizant of everything in play. Like, again, when he's talking about wanting to play in the bowl game and wanting to bring along the young guys and kind of ensure the succession plan, make sure that the boys are going to be all right next year, bring them up to that level. Like, he didn't have to do that. He could have skipped the bowl game
very easily,
and been fine. And yet he wanted to because he loves ball. He loves to challenge himself. Like he said, go against Walter Nolan. Wanted to put the best against the best. Just a fantastic player, and I think he's going to be a star.
Yeah, I thought that was great stuff. It's a great point by you by highlighting what he said there at the end and trying to get the next generation, kind of up to speed. And sure, like it helped him playing in the bowl game, playing tackle. But to your other point, he had been a freshman All-American at tackle before. So it's something that he didn't that one singular game wasn't going to make or break him. He could have come here, and he did it yesterday. I was talking with him before. He probably did 60-40 at tackle yesterday compared to guard, but it meant something to him, and that is – it's good to hear somebody that didn't start the career at LSU, but what it meant to him to play for LSU.
Oh, he's obsessed.
And he talked about, I'm sure he's talking about guys like Joe and Jamar and all these guys wearing the LSU wristbands when they're still playing in the NFL and what it means to all of us to be LSU alum, and Spears and Ryan Clark over on ESPN or whoever it might be. We're going to find a way to get our LSU talk in.
Yeah, it's I kind of thought that maybe I just assumed because the portal and whatnot that maybe his LSU thing was more like it happened by accident or he hits the portal and LSU wins the recruiting battle. But no, he said the day he entered the portal, he had like 20-some offers, but he didn't care because LSU hadn't hit yet. And that right when LSU hit, and it was also interesting to me hearing him talk about how he never said, if you're from Louisiana, how could you not go? He was like, if I had a school like LSU back in Jersey, like I absolutely would have been there, but we don't.
Right.
And so it's unparalleled. So a great Tiger.
Yeah, Rutgers.
Miles Frazier. Yeah, exactly.
Princeton.
No, exactly. Yeah, what's your point? Exactly. You're reinforcing the point.
Rutgers and Princeton.
Shout out real quick, guys, to the coffee table behind us. We got 9 minutes left on this earth. Before they take it away.
I'm going to sprint after this segment. It's things that get me fired up.
Yeah.
Okay, why does decaf coffee exist? Why is it something that we actually have in the world?
Well, not to get you fired up.
I need it not to get me fired up. Exactly. I got to create that on my own. What are we doing? Coffee has a purpose, and the purpose is not to be decaffeinated. I need the caffeine.
I love the taste, but I don't know if I love the taste that much. To engage in a decaf coffee?
I mean, yeah, I like the warmth of it as well, but what are we doing?
But either way, rip to the coffee table. They're going to wheel it out before 8 a.m. It's an insane decision. They've been doing it every single day, but we love you, coffee table.
Yeah, the first year you weren't here, so we know what it's like without you, coffee table.
True, actually true. Even though you might as well not be here if you're actually decaf. I don't actually like you that much. Jake, any other practice notes from yesterday? Other guys that stood out, did well?
Jack Bech.
Yeah.
Man, Jack continues to go out there, and I think you had a chance to catch up with him yesterday as well.
Yeah, we'll play that. We'll play that later.
Yeah, just the we talked about it. The mentality for him to be here, for him to do what he's doing right now, just the mental toughness. I can't even fathom what he's going through right now, but he is, for those 2 hours, he is putting his head down and he's going to work and he's escaping from everything going on the outside. And not only that, he's thriving. And he has been somebody in one-on-ones, and I've seen him win almost every rep, maybe one, and it was really maybe the quarterback and where he put the football. He has made himself a lot of money here this week so far in Mobile. I'm not sure where he was to begin with, but you're starting to hear some buzz of him being like a top 60, 65 player now in this draft. And so I love that for Jack Bech. Loved him at his time at LSU. The Bech family, some of the best. And so I like the fact that he's come out here, competed, and again, I don't know how he's doing it. A lot of us don't, but he is certainly doing it, and he's got his family behind him, and he has thrived this week.
Yeah, apparently, too, he spoke at the big FCA event and just really floored everyone with his faith, his toughness, his courage, his heart. And so, we'll catch up. I mean, we'll play the interview later, but, He's really transcending this week. Like on the field, everything's going very well, but again, off the field, to be able to carry all this, internalize it, do media. I mean, it's just, it's incredible. And even yesterday, they were getting him out of there, and he stopped to do this because he's like, oh no, they've been covering me for what, and so really.
And I've seen him stop and do, all these different media things. And again, I know he's having to bring up just painful memories and talk about something that's got to be painful every time he talks about it. And so, shout out to him for, again, like just being here in the way that he's handling himself. But I would tell any player here, right, and the media portion of this is going to be your life from here on out. Like yesterday, there was a couple of players. There was some that didn't show up to media day.
Oh, really?
There was some that
didn't go.
Just did not come. Ooh. There was some that showed up late, and they were told just go home, just get out, just go back to your room. Because the Senior Bowl does a lot. They put together a lot for these players, and love it or hate it, you can hate it. In the NFL, you have to answer questions. You don't have the choice. If you don't, you have a FedEx package envelope in your locker with a fine, and it's a big fine. It's not a small fine. So you have to answer those questions. The Senior Bowl is trying to help you get ready for that. That's another portion of it. So just know that.
More OTB next.
Off the bench.
Each and every day here on Off the Bench, guys, we are brought to you by K2Z Window Coverings, KTOZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. Brandon Barnes been in this thing for nearly 30 years now. Y'all, okay, built this from the ground up. And what that means is that when you have him come into your home for a complimentary estimate, you can take advantage of those 3 decades of experience. As within 15, 20 minutes, he's going to tell you exactly how the sunlight interacts with your home at every single portion of the day, what your options are functionally, aesthetically, and how to bring your home to the next level with the right shades, drapery, shutters, drop-down exterior shading, plenty of options. At KTZ Window Coverage, KTZBlinds.com.
Yeah, go to the website today, see what they can do for you, but we always encourage you, go ahead and schedule that appointment with Brandon and the team. Going to come out, going to know your space better than you know your space in about 5 minutes time. So have them come out, K2ZBlinds.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Thursday, January 30th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 67 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll talk about the LSU coaching staff changes as they make a big hire, and we'll talk about the latest with the Saints head coaching search. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome into hour number 2 of OTB. Hope everybody's having an excellent Thursday. I'm excited to get back home. Cannot wait to see the family later today. But we continue to be here live at Mobile, the Senior Bowl, the Reese Senior Bowl, and our coverage is brought to you by LeBair's Casino Hotel in Baton Rouge. So shout out to LeBair's. Been a ton of fun all week long, and thank you for allowing this to happen. Now, Jake, I think what's that? Oh, the coffee, it's gone. Literally. 8:01, dude. Ripped to the coffee
They
table.
have a timer.
Already rolled away.
Countdown, alarm, everything. They're actually 1 minute late. They're probably disappointed in themselves right now.
Shout out my guy Jeff on Twitter. Jeff Meyer says, hey, meatheads, I like coffee, but I'm slowly becoming allergic to caffeine, so that's why I'm decaf. Love the show. Hell yeah, Jeff.
Oh,
That's
God.
cool, man. Look.
Thank you for calling us a meathead. That is a term of endearment that I will not ever lose sight of.
So I was going to say I wanted to get in some local topics, but we have to have the Cam Scadaboo conversation.
Yeah, we do.
We haven't had it here on air yet.
No.
Meathead of the year.
Yep.
For Jake's. Jake's Meathead of the year. I mean, it's an award. Serious.
Get the trophy. Hold on to it.
Gets a trophy. Yeah. And Cam Scadaboo is supposed to be here this week. And while Jake doesn't appreciate me always intimating that it was a romantic interest between the two, we were certainly very excited.
That's every player. Every player that I like, you take it there, and I don't know why. It's only me.
It's
only me.
Patently untrue.
I mean, although
I take it there with everybody and anybody on anybody.
If Willie Lampkin asked you out right now,
that's what I'm saying.
I think you'd say yes.
I'm head over heels.
Yeah.
With Willie. God, he shook my hand so hard too.
10 3/8.
I know. I could feel it.
I was like, man.
I was like, whoa, bro.
This doesn't happen to me often, but I'm impressed.
I could feel all 10 inches. You know, 10 and a half, like you said.
Okay, but
I mean, thank you, Alondra. To be fair, he calls them my Longhorns. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
to
true.
everybody.
That's true.
But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The point is, we love Scadaboo. We were incredibly excited to see Scadaboo this week. Where is he?
He Christian bailed
on the Senior Bowl.
I know. Yeah, it's not great, Bob. It's not great. You can't be, and you're seeing like, look, this is right now. It says SiriusXM College Sports Radio off campus Meathead Player of the Year Cam Scadaboo, Arizona State University.
Oh man!
All right, that's the trophy. It's got a nice little weightlifter on there. It is very meatheadish. This game is made for someone like Cam Scadaboo.
Yep.
This game.
We ain't running 40s.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They know 5'10", 5.
He got bad agent advice. If I could talk to Cam Scadaboo, I would tell him, my brother in Christ, you're going to run a 4.6. That's just, it is what it is. And that's okay. Half the starting running backs in the league run a 4.6.
Yeah.
Do not worry about that. You're going to crush the cone drills. You're going to do great there. Lateral quickness. That's all they care about. Cam, they don't care how fast you are running a 40-yard dash. And so, like, an agent's got in his head so much, I would assume that you've got to be this. You got to run a 4.5. You got to run a 4.5. You're going to be a top back, all that. That doesn't matter. This game is made for Cam Scadaboo to come out here and show he's a pass protector, show he's going to win on one-on-one routes because he's got really good hands. We saw that in the Peach Bowl, and to truck a couple of people. That's what he had the opportunity to come down here and do. He could have solidified himself potentially as maybe the number 2 back in this draft. I know that, they got some other backs, and Genty and UNC's got a back that might be in that conversation. I know he could have made himself a lot of money here this week because, like myself, I could do some things at Indy that would confirm some things for you, but I was never going to do anything in the Underwear Olympics that was going to make you draft me.
No,
but I could here.
Yeah, because this is actual football.
Yes.
Which is the strongest part of Scadaboo's game, and he's nowhere to be found. And it's interesting because it is almost like an inherent meathead check. Can you be a meathead if you say no to the Senior Bowl? Especially if you say no to the Senior Bowl when it could help you. Now, if you're going to be like a top 10 pick, top 20, okay, whatever, I get it. At that point, the risk versus reward doesn't make sense.
The year I played,
math isn't math.
The year I played, I tell this story all the time. Matt Ryan was committed to the game. We were training together. He was about to get on a bird with us to come here, and his agent said, "Hey, I just got confirmation. You're going to be a top 5 pick. You're probably going 3 to the Falcons." And Matt's like, "Man, I wanted to go. I wanted to compete, but I'm going to be the number 3 overall pick."
Yeah, well,
so he stayed.
That up is you go get hurt
so I get that. And Joe Flacco took his spot, and Joe Flacco's won a Super Bowl. So it worked out for everybody. But that's not the case here. So it is very shocking that Cam Scadaboo is not here. This, again, tailor-made for him to help himself, go make himself some more money, and show that he is truly the meathead player of the year.
So, guys, if as you go through today, please keep Jake in your thoughts. I didn't foresee this coming, and I feel very badly for my friend. And so just give a little prayer as you're walking through your day.
T's and P's.
T's and P's for Jake, as Cam Scadaboo has betrayed him, quite frankly. We still get the award.
It's made already. It cost some dollars to put that on there, T. That's a nice trophy.
It is a pretty nice trophy, actually, to be fair.
Look at the guy out there at top. The part that pains me the most.
Yeah.
We had him on off campus to present the award, right?
Yeah.
Great conversation with him. And during that conversation, now he hadn't played Texas to that point. It was that kind of the leading that week into that game.
Right before he was about to go over.
Yeah. And maybe the conversation changed. But on that interview, T, he was talking about how excited he was to come down to Mobile, Alabama, and prove everybody wrong, to show that he belongs and deserves to be in this conversation. And it fired me up. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Damn.
He's not here. He pulled out on Monday, apparently.
On Monday?
Apparently, he pulled out on Monday.
Like the day when it starts?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I can't do it anymore. That sucks.
It'd be like, I'm trying to think, who's your favorite player been over the last couple of years?
No, I get. I don't.
You get
need,
it.
Yeah. I don't need. Yeah, that's very disappointing.
Yeah.
What's never disappointing, and who won't ever pull out. Nope, scratch that. But who's never disappointing? Our friends over there at Boudreaux's Electrical. Okay. I can't speak to the pulling out or not pulling out. I don't know that. But what I do know is if you are in the market for a Generac generator, you want to go with Boudreaux's. They're family run, they're local, they're customer first. That is their core ethos. Their guiding light is customer first service. And you may not know this, but when you look at a lot of the generator companies that are going to be trying to sell you around Louisiana, we're talking about a lot of like private equity, national corporations coming in here trying. And so what are you to them? You're a number on a spreadsheet. You're nothing to them. You're less than nothing. You're just digital numbers. Not the case with Boudreaux's Electrical, where they've gone so far as actively cutting down trees in the eye of a hurricane to get to a generator and make sure it was up and running and good to go. So if you need to make sure that your lights stay on, your family doesn't lose power, they're there when you need them. Explore it today. They have all the parts in stock. If you need repairs, if you need just look, they're the absolute best. Shout out to Bujo's Electrical. Love having him here. Go to bujoselectrical.com. Jake, now, my bad, guys. I should have looked up for an update. But Rivers running LouisianaSports.net. I think you'll know this. Is the Alex Atkins news confirmed yet? I don't think so, right? But it's pretty. It seems like it's going to happen.
Yeah,
so,
I did feel like Taylor in his intro for this hour was basically telling us we had to talk about this.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Well, I mean, look, I think it's a big. I think it's a big get. As for those who don't know, LSU right now, the coach staff has one spot available. It is the tight ends coach, and it looks like, I guess, barring anything unforeseen that would blow up the deal last minute, it looks like former Florida State O-line coach and OC Alex Atkins is going to be your tight end coach. That's a really, I mean, what's crazy to think about is that's a really big name for a job a lot of times, Jake, that is kind of treated like an afterthought. I mean, tight ends coaches a lot of times where somebody gets like maybe their first step into being a position coach, or you just gotta throw it, just gotta like put him there. And yet,
if you're trying to like hide a coach until he gets his he's going to be good, but it's like we're going to put you there until you get your next opportunity.
Yes.
That's why I was so wild when Denbrock was the OC and coaching tight ends.
And even then, he's really the OC, right? But yeah, man, Alex Atkins, who his time at Florida State is fascinating because he's the O-line coach. He does very well. Then he gets to be the offensive coordinator, and that goes very well. But just like everything else at Florida State, just the bottom fell out last year. I don't know what happened. They went from leading the ACC in scoring, being one of the best teams in the country, to being 131 in the country this last year. And he ends up getting fired, and now he's going to be LSU's tight ends coach. So I'm just kind of flabbergasted because, again, that's a position group or position coach job that I normally don't think about. And you just added a wealth of experience. And he's a very good O-line coach on top of all the OC knowledge. But, another big brain entering those offensive meeting rooms.
Yeah, you look at his resume, and he's been a coordinator. He's been an assistant head coach at multiple places. I mean, he's been at Tulane, from 2016 to 2018. So he would have some ins already in recruiting, which goes a long way, as we know, to not have to, learn how it works here in Louisiana, but certainly in that New Orleans area because he's already had that experience. So that gives him a leg up, I think, as well. That's, kind of the off the field portion of it. Then the on the field, I mentioned he's been an offensive coordinator in multiple spots, and I think he was the fall guy. He was a fall guy for Norvell and that staff, and that's why he got fired because, they made the wrong decision. Mike Norvell brought in DJU. DJU is, just not a great quarterback, okay? And they tried to run their offense through him. Didn't work. Now, they had more issues than Vogue. It wasn't just the quarterback, but, it was the totality of the team. But it was certainly, DJU wasn't great for that offense. I'm not sure what offense he's great for, but it certainly wasn't that one. No. And so they made a bad decision at quarterback. And, again, it all just started to fall apart. And then Atkins was the guy that kind of became hey, you got to fall on the sword because I'm not falling on the sword. And so don't allow that to cloud your judgment. This is somebody that, Broyles Award candidate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you can get him as your tight end coach, knowing he's already got roots in New Orleans, knowing that he's got a history of being a play caller, that is yet again another great set of eyes for you there if you're Joe Sloan and the offensive staff.
Yeah, and you looked now in back-to-back days, talk about Lance Guidry coming over from Miami, now Alex Atkins. Those are a couple of big-time coordinators who you can say have fallen on hard times. But, again, when it comes to the collaborative effort of game planning, those are a couple of big brains that you're adding to the mix that I don't think there's any way to construe that as a negative. So again, the LSU staff, top to bottom, we can say outside of head coach because Brian Kelly finds himself falling out of all the top 10 head coaches of the country list, and I think rightfully so. Even though he's been really good, whatever. I think rightfully so. But the LSU staff, outside of head coach Jake, top to bottom, maybe the best in the country. Like it's definitely up there. I would put this staff against anyone. It's probably the reason why I have the most so much belief in this team. I mean, when you talk about like everybody that we always talk about, Peoples, Raymond, Bo Davis, Brad Davis is one of the best O-line coaches in the entire country. You heard Miles Frazier talk about him. Really, honestly, interestingly enough, Jake, Joe Sloan's probably, like, if you still had Denbrock in that role, then you'd probably feel better about staff, because Joe Sloan is maybe the guy that would have to prove himself most in that group. But, like, this group of position coaches is elite. And Scott Woodward continues to give Brian Kelly everything that he needs resource-wise to try and make this thing happen.
And that's why the expectation is not going to go anywhere. It's why you have to make the 12-team playoff this upcoming football season, because you start talking about, you know, even on the offensive side, your Frank Wilson and having Cortez Hankton and the receivers that he's coached here in his career at Georgia, at LSU. You know, every guy that sits down here talks about Brad Davis, and so it's on both sides of the football. Like, you're set up. You got the tools. Now you got to go build it with those tools. And not like a nice year. Like, you got to go make the 12-team playoff.
Easily. Everybody
Everybody knows what you have. You've done a deep dive into the portal. You had the thing that you had to have happen in Garrett Nussmeier coming back.
Yep.
Right, that has to happen. Can't go any other direction. It happened. He's back. You get a lot of pieces back. The offensive line is going to be one of the biggest questions, but we saw what it's going to look like maybe in the bowl game. There's no excuses. It is 12-team playoff or bust for LSU.
Without a doubt. I mean, you got 8% of the top 100 transfer portal players, more than anybody else in the entire country. All right, when we get back here on OTB, we'll continue our coverage live here in the Senior Bowl. Let's update the Saints coaching situation as, it continues to roll on. More Off the Bench coming up next.
Off the Bench.
Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUXTommys.com is the website. If you need Hardy Plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows, you want energy-efficient options that pay for themselves over time by the money that you save in bills. You want lifetime warranties, so you know that you got that peace of mind forever. That's all at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, your exterior home improvement specialist. Go to GEAUXTommys.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you can see what they can do for you. They've done it for your neighbors in the greater Baton Rouge area, and we always tell you it's a great website because you can find testimonials and you can find a gallery of work that they've done in the community. But always remember, they can customize your job. Whatever you're looking for, you tell them, and they will get it done. Tommy and the team is going to come out and make sure that it does get done every single time. Go Tommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
and looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at Sun.
Live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Hanging out here at the Convention Center in Mobile. Practice about to crank up, so starting to empty out here a bit this morning. We'll be emptying out as well. This is our final day here. Okay, guys, y'all need to back off of my sweater. Okay, Daniel Bass says T has one more day of wearing that sweater before he starts seeing the smell like Pigpen. T-Bob's sweater looks like he stole it from Bill Cosby. Is that the sweater he stole from Hanny? I did accidentally steal.
You did steal one from Hanny.
Hanny's sweater.
Yeah, he was pretty upset about it. He got over it though.
T-Bob's sweater reeks of T-Bob musk. You know that sweater stank. Guys, again, it doesn't smell. Smell me. Smell it.
I'll do it. No, good.
See?
Actually, it smells nice.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a sweater that you put on over clothes. It's barely making any skin-to-skin contact, guys.
I feel like today, do you have anything underneath it today?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. It's brown. Okay, it faded in. Yeah.
You got a brown shirt.
Yesterday was a Star Wars shirt, so yeah, it's not touching skin. And I'll tell you what, it smelled pretty nice. It smelled like some aftershave or something.
Yeah, it's a dad sweater. That's what all dads.
All dads smell like musk.
Yeah, exactly.
Good old musk.
Does T-Bob wash that sweater? Just put it on the carpet and let them vacuum it? Okay. That's actually pretty funny. I will. Okay. Credit to you, Joey LeBlanc. Well done, my friend. Well done. I bet that sweater could stand up on its own. Not true. Very soft. Very comfy. Okay, guys.
Where'd you get it from?
I don't know. To be fair, what's it say on the back?
And did you buy it or somebody else purchased it?
It was a gift.
I got you. You don't have to. Let's see. Brooks Brothers. Ooh, okay, fancy cool. Fella. Isn't that expensive?
It was a
Brooks
gift.
Brothers?
No, it's nice. I mean, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is expensive. So sorry, poor boys, that y'all can't afford a badass, expensive Brooks Brothers Judge Reinhold dad sweater.
Nope.
You know, sweet bomber jacket nerd. I remember that 2 years ago.
Do you wear bomber jackets?
I wear bomber jackets.
I was about to say, Did you not say yesterday I forgot my bomber jacket?
I did.
I thought you did.
So I'm lashing out.
I thought you did.
I left.
Yeah, and I sat there and smelled your wrist for you.
I know.
And you're throwing shade at me. Throw shade somewhere else.
I'm lashing out. Like I said. I know. I apologize. All right. I want to talk Saints coaching search here in a minute, guys. But first, I want to remind you about our friends at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com. Are you suffering from ED because your favorite running back failed to show up at the Senior Bowl? Well, that's okay. Okay, it's something that happens to all of us at one time or another in our life. But do not let that embarrassment stop you from making it right, okay? Because it's very simple, guys. Like if you're suffering from ED, guess what? Newsflash, you don't have to be. You're low T, guess what? Newsflash, you don't have to be. You're going bald. You don't have to. Do not go quietly into that good night, okay? We are going to fight. We're going to be our best selves. We're going to reach our max potential. We're going to feel young and virile and strong, and it's all going to happen with your friends at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness because we are no longer settling for mediocrity. So go to yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. All right. Avo Marzwani would almost rather listen to Pelicans talk than Saints coach talk. It is wild how bad things are for the Pelicans right now. So first off, the team sucks. There's no direction. Nobody goes to any of the games. The best players are all hurt. Nobody plays. I mean, Ingram's still out. Nobody knows what's going on. And apparently right now, Jake, it is impossible to get into the Smoothie King Center because they've closed down all the roads to do a bunch of work for the Super Bowl. They're literally putting they're erecting a covered walkway all the way up and down Poydras. Apparently, like they're basically putting a roof over Poydras, essentially. So right now, I was looking yesterday, somebody tweeting about, I wish you credit, maybe it was Scott, I don't know who it was, but tweeting about just what a tortured existence being a Pelicans fan is. And you look around like on a Google Maps or something, Apple Maps, whatever, it's just red every road around the stadium shut down. I think there's like
can't wait for that next
20
week.
People going to these games right now.
So, gosh, for the Sugar Bowl, like Canal and Poydras were both shut down. Obviously, you had the terrorist attack there, and so the city was certainly heightened, but like everything was closed, T-Bob. And I've seen traffic in New Orleans before, but this was crazy because everybody was having to take like side streets to do everything, and those side streets, they're meant for like half a car basically, and so there was just traffic everywhere. I can't imagine that for anybody trying to go to a Pelicans team that is 12-36.
I was going to say, which is already masochistic enough without the added benefit or detriment.
I know. I'm a little nervous for us next week when we're there because, a lot of times we're all going to be commuting kind of back and forth. How early are we going to have to leave? Hopefully because it's in the morning, like we are able to get to the convention center, get set up, and feel good about it, be ready to go.
Oh, I just thought about trying to park. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I know, I did too.
Yeah, Eric Truss is correct. I spent an extra 20 minutes trying to get in the arena a few weeks back. I said so many curse words in front of my son, LOL. Daniel Bashev's Sweater Bob plays Baby It's Cold Outside as you slip into a deep sleep. It's not true, guys. I've never roofied anybody. Okay? And I don't plan on starting. I'm not T. Cosby. That's what everybody's calling me right now. I'm not T. Cosby. Okay?
T-Bill would be better.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
T-Bill.
How about y'all get Whittier? Chat. Dummies.
Oh, T-Bill.
So the Saints coaching search is still searching, still going on. And apparently,
I don't think the Coast Guard could find a candidate at this point.
Apparently the latest, Jake, is that you're down to 2 candidates. I'm a bit surprised here about one element. But Nick Underhill, talking to the Senior Bowl basis, saying in his mind that he believes that at this point it's down to just Kellen Moore and Mike Kafka, with Kellen Moore obviously being choice number 1 as he's in the Super Bowl right now. Saints pretty enamored with him. He's got a really good resume, kind of above that of Kafka. Yeah. So let's start there. What does that do for you to hear that those are the final 2 candidates?
T, you're at this point when you're like a week behind everybody else, like you're the last job and not even close, right? Everybody's moved on. Everybody's getting ready to go. Everybody's got their staffs down here, and they know who their head coach is going to be. So you're at a point where, honestly, for where you're at, I guess it's not that bad as far as you at least have some candidates that, have interviewed for head coaching jobs before. Like, you're not to the point where you got to go elevate one of your assistant coaches or maybe even the old Rizzler coming back. So, you got some guys that have had other head coaching interviews. This job's going to be difficult, though, no matter who takes it. I'm not sure that Jesus himself right now could take this roster and do a whole lot. There's a lot of challenges. We've talked to people that said this might be the worst job in the last 10 years of the NFL. That carried weight with me when that was told to me. I'm like, oh my God, the worst job in the last decade.
And sometimes you got to be like, it's always wild in life how sometimes you have to be told something, and then once you are told it, you're like, how did I not see this? Like, of course that's the case, but that's how I feel about the worst job in 10 years thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was kind of, like, well, there's some positives, this or that, but, like, now that you mention it in those terms, you're like, well, actually, yes. Like, obviously. Right? Like, how did I not arrive here independently in my own? So,
yeah, the guy. I mean, the assistant coach that told me this, he said 3 strikes, no money to spend, cap hell, no young quarterback on the roster that you feel great about, like a franchise-type quarterback, and no draft pick to go get said franchise quarterback. He said when you're looking at jobs, those are the 3 things. If you have one of the 3, okay. If you have 2, man, I really don't know. If you got 3, you strike out, and that's what the Saints are dealing with right now.
And so I guess the other thing is, if those really are the final 2 candidates, are you surprised that the Rizzler's not in that number? Because he does. I know it'd be unexciting, people be pissed and everything, but like
just to kind of be a placeholder.
Yeah. It's
unfortunately
like
for him,
basically as like a fall guy, like as a patsy, like as a bridge guy.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I am surprised, yes, because I mean, you had AK and some others kind of come out and say that they would feel good about him being the guy, but I feel like they would have done that a while back, and so I am surprised that we're at this point and they don't throw his name in there as well.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's going on still. Kellen Moore option 1, looks like Kafka maybe option 2, and like we continue to say, unfortunately, I don't know that either is going to be set up for very much success. Tokidoki says, crazy the Super Bowl's in the one city nobody wants to coach in. People just laughing, walking in and out of the dome, embarrassing for the city and the people. It's really bad, man. It is between the Saints and the Pelicans right now. It's a huge downswing, and for both franchises, like it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. This is not a situation where you have a lot of youth to latch onto and feel good about, or any reason to believe that things are going to get better. And so the city of New Orleans from professional sports, I mean, it's the worst that I've ever seen it as an adult. Really, I mean, yeah.
There's a generation of Saints fans that only know success. Like if you were born in 2000 and you're 25 years old, you've only known the Saints to have a Super Bowl window, basically, that's been open. So these last couple of years have been really rough for you. Now, if you're somebody that, is 40, 45, and whatever age over that, you know what I'm saying, you remember the Aints, you remember the bags over the head, but it's been so long since you've had that feeling. And Haslett had some good years, but then it fell off there at the end. And Hurricane Katrina, obviously, just devastation. And you're playing in Baton Rouge, and you're playing in San Antonio, and that was such a mess. And then since that point, though, like you've been a model franchise. You are so far from a model franchise right now, and you feel like you are right back having a paper bag over your head and just watching filth. That's what you're watching right now, right? And so I don't know what you get fired up about. I think you have some good players, but those good players are all over 30, like we talked about yesterday. What are you selling? How do you feel good about the future, knowing where you're at in cap hell, knowing that your GM doesn't love to get draft choices? He loves to give them away. Like, what are you clinging on to right now?
Well, just remember, guys, like Mickey Loomis said, just because the results are the results and we're 5-12 doesn't mean we're doing anything wrong. So they're good. They're not doing anything wrong. So it'll certainly right itself. All right, when we get back, more off the bench. Hear from who we're gonna play a little Jared Ivey, Deion Walker. We got Emery Jones coming up. Yep. So keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench
is brought to you by Main Event Baton Rouge. Main Event Baton Rouge, you're looking for some fun. You want to go bowling. You want to play the multi-level laser tag arena. You want some delicious food, delicious drinks, newly reworked menu, guys. You want to go play arcade games. We got you at Main Event Baton Rouge. Your headquarters fun. You mention OTB when you get in. You get a free all-you-can-play 30-minute game card.
Go to the website today, mainevent.com, and you'll see what T-Bob's talking about. You'll see all the different opportunities to kind of make it whatever you want to make it. If you want to go solo, if you want to have a team building event, if you want to take all of your employees out, if you want to make a family night, you can do it all there at Main Event. You can go bowling, play the games, you can have dinner, you can have lunch, all those different things. And we always remind you, it is open late. So check that website. I mean, oftentimes it's going to be midnight, even some 2 a.m.ers if you're looking to get down at Main Event. So go to the website today, find the times, find the new menu, find the location at mainevent.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I'm the truth, and they ain't got nothing to prove. And you can ask anybody, cause they seem to do it. Barricades, I run right through it. Yeah, throw all the dirt you want. No use, still won't have a pen of.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, live here at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, brought to you by LeBair's Casino Hotel in Baton Rouge. And yesterday, media, got to talk to some of the players here. Some of these interviews are better than others. We're going to start with the worst one. Felt very awkward. I don't know why. It just did. But here was me getting to sit down. Yeah, it was awful. For a couple of minutes with Kentucky D. Lyman, the 6'7". I mean, wait till you see this video, guys, how tiny I look. The 6'7" man himself, Deion Walker. What's going on, y'all? We are here live at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. Here at Deion Walker. Oh, my dude. As you can see, this is maybe the biggest man out here. The program said 6'6", and you came in at 6'7", man. The rare instance where somebody lies down. How we feeling? How's the body feeling after a couple days?
It's feeling good, you know. Injuries that I did have during the season, you know, not really feeling anymore. So I'm feeling good, being able to run around, and, you know, show my talents.
And that you have, it's been a very good couple of days for you. What do you feel like coming into this week? What were your main goals? And do you feel like so far that you've been accomplishing them?
Yeah, it was just to show coaches that I can still run, that, you know, one setback can't define me, you know. I'm going to come out, run, get my pad level low, show coaches that I can run, I can, you know, do anything that they need me to do. And so far, I feel like I showed it.
What's it been like on the mental side of the equation, right? Because, I mean, everybody knows, look, the NFL, college, you big, they're going to meet you where you are, right? NFL, you're going to have to meet them or there's somebody else waiting in line. So what's it been like getting in these meeting rooms, learning the scheme?
It's been all good, I'm kind of like a film junkie, playbook junkie to where, I can fill in like anywhere on the defensive line, so I can fit into any scheme, And
What was your favorite memory playing at Kentucky, man?
Kroger Field. It's not like Georgia or LSU, none of the big stadiums, but the fans, they get rowdy when they want to.
Have you, and this last one for me, have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
No.
Have you ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah.
Which ones?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. It's okay. Bro, Dion, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, you know what the funniest part about that is, guys? All y'all listening will never get those 2 minutes back. You stole 2 minutes of your life, so joke's on you, you freaking bums.
Why did you go to Lord of the Rings?
I don't know. Let me steal another minute by telling you about All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com is the website. You go there. You can immediately search the inventory by keyword, price, make and model. So whatever your kind of parameters are, they're going to find the answers to those parameters for your search. The 25s are here. I mean, we got great deals right now on the 2024s. Excellent financing options always available. Remember, maybe you get a Toyota certified used vehicle, or you still get a great price, but you still get that warranty coverage that a lot of places don't give you. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge off of Airline and Goodwood, very conveniently located. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com.
You ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I panicked. It's always best to a Hail Mary of a question and land the interview with a thud. Yeah, I know. T-Bob hit him with his version of I Like Turtles. Yeah, true.
Oh, man.
That might have been the crappiest interview I've ever seen. I couldn't tell he sounded dumber. To be fair, I didn't think Dion sounded dumb at all. I thought he sounded great. I think I'm an idiot.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
No, I mean, he didn't give you a lot. See, I'm gonna back you up here. He didn't give you a lot.
All right,
anytime anybody says, so yeah.
Let's try, he was like, Kroger Field, it kind of sucks, but when the fans want to be good, they are.
Yeah, they're tight. You ever seen Lord of the Rings? No.
All right. Yeah, we've seen Star Wars, I guess.
You couldn't tell you which one.
Someone dropped an F-bomb to me, and I'm so shocked how big he was. All right. Well, okay, let's try again then.
Okay.
Here is Jared Ivey. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. We are live here at the Senior Bowl, and we got one of the most fearsome pass rushers in the entire country, Jared Ivey. By the way, she's a Starkville native, Mississippi State.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Jared Ivey, look, Ole Miss legend, started Georgia Tech, into his Ole Miss legend. Jared, what's up, man? How's this week been going so far?
What's going on? It's been a really good week. I feel like, a really productive week. I've been able to, get out there and play my game, and stuff's hidden, so I'm super excited.
What were some of the goals that you entered the week with, maybe in terms of what you wanted to show, what you wanted to work on, what you wanted to prove, and how do you feel like that's going so far?
Yeah, I think everybody knew that I could rush, and so, I'm just doing my thing when it comes to that. But I feel like what I really wanted to lock in on and focus on was showing how physical I am and playing extremely physical the entire day. And I feel like I've been going and doing that.
I mean, you looked pretty damn physical to me when I watch you on film, so I don't think there should be any doubt there. What about, take me back to the last couple of years at Ole Miss. Obviously, it's been very good, a lot of winning, but it's a fascinating culture, right? Bringing a lot of guys in from different backgrounds all over the country. How were you all able to meld together with so quickly with just one offseason? Like, what's that process like?
It's almost like that class that came there, that transfer class that came there in 20. It was almost like it was all over our freshman year all over again. You know what I mean? So we all came in and most of the producers on that team were transfers, and so we kind of set our own culture, influenced by the culture that was left behind by guys like Sam Williams, Matt Corral. They had a really good season beforehand, and then they left some guys that we immediately bonded with, and then kind of took it over and made it our own thing. And then, the core of that group, we were all there for 3 years. So
yeah, it's true.
Anybody else coming in, like,
brought them into the fold.
It was us bringing them into the fold, yeah.
And then Walter Nolan, we were talking to him, and he would have been one of those, I guess, that joined a little bit later. But he described Ole Miss as a player school, and just how player-friendly Kiffin. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. It's loose. We have fun. It's a whole bunch of juice and energy. So, Kiffin runs it a little unorthodox, I think, to a lot of other people, and people doubt it. But we won and we had success.
Is he funny?
Yeah, he's a funny guy. I think he's more of a recruiter and turns it on and uses it when he needs to. But yeah, he's more of a laid-back, reserved kind of guy in the facility.
Interesting. Okay, last one for me. Like you said, 3 years at Ole Miss, started Georgia Tech. But what was your favorite college memory? Favorite college football memory?
I'll probably say beating Georgia, and after having a really good game, and then having the field get stormed. It was really cool. That was crazy enough the second time.
Georgia down, right? You think about who Ole Miss was when you got there versus how you finished. Do you take pride in being a part of that defensive renaissance?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think. With that matchup, it's even more glaring. In 2023, an awful loss in Athens, and then to come back and dominate a team like that's been on top for a very long time, it was a surreal feeling.
Hell yeah, Jared. Well, look, best of luck this week, man. Keep kicking ass, and congrats again.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. So whatever. Those still, I think, pretty boring, but better than the last one. Not a complete disaster. Maybe the funniest part, though, and why Jared Ivey is my Senior Bowl MVP is, I don't know why I didn't do this with the mic on, but I asked him if he's seen Lord of the Rings, and he is the only player that answered in the affirmative. He said, yes, I'm currently doing an extended edition rewatch. So when we talk about intangibles, mentality, the things that are going to make you make it in the NFL. The fact that Jared Ivey is currently, as we speak, in the midst of an extended edition rewatch lets me know that is a high character guy that I want on my team. Again, don't know why I didn't do that with the mic on that time, but shout out to Jared Ivey, the only one of these cats that's seen Lord of the Rings.
Apparently, we didn't get that on tape.
No.
Yeah. I know somebody that has not seen Lord of the Rings. Plays for Kentucky.
He has not.
No.
But he has seen some Star Wars.
Can't recall which ones.
I know they weren't alive when Lord of the Rings came out. That's why I think it's interesting. That's why I think Jared Ivey is. That's why I think his father raised him Craig. That's what I told him. All right, let's go to break, and when we get back, we did get to talk to Jack Bech. That was great. Look forward to it.
Off the bench.
Go to Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. GetGordon.com. GetGordon.com. You get in an accident, you need somebody who's going to fight for you. Stand up to the big insurance companies to get you what you deserve. You want Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. 225-888-8888 is the number. Everything you need is right there on GetGordon.com. If you want to fill out a consult form, they get in touch with you immediately. You see past cases they handle. You can see results from satisfied customers. Get Gordon, get it done.
Yeah, T-Bob's right. The website is a great tool. You can have a chat with them right there on the website. It's going to pull up as soon as you log on. But also, at Get Gordon is going to be the handle on all major social media to see what they're doing, not only in the Baton Rouge area, but throughout the state of Louisiana. Again, at Get Gordon is always going to be the handle. Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, the entire deal. Then, of course, in Louisiana, if you want to get in contact with them, all you do is put your area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
can't rely on technology. You can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered.
Live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
Shout out to the Bears for
Yeah.
having us here at the Senior Bowl. Yesterday.
It's a great song, Alondra. Well done. R&B Thursday, staying alive. But that one, if you want to get me on the dance floor, it's that song. So well done.
Yesterday, I got to talk to Jack Bech.
Jack Bech, Louisiana legend, LSU legend, finished at TCU. Jack, what's up, man? One of the standouts of the practices so far, man. I know it's not a situation where you're going to rest on your laurels or anything, but how are we feeling performance-wise after a couple of days?
Yeah, definitely stacked 2 good days on top of each other. I feel like I definitely showed the coaches that I can expand the field. Different things like that. I've been catching the ball pretty well. Those days are in the past, though, so it's time to stack another one tomorrow and go do my thing in the game on Saturday.
What's your process like to lock in for these practices? Because it's real easy, I feel like, to make them bigger than what they are.
Oh, yeah, for
Because
sure.
it feels like everything's on the line. So how do you look to get your mind right and get in the zone?
Yeah, praying has been a big thing.
Yeah.
I have a picture of my brother in the Bible who I get on a knee and I just say a prayer up to him and that he'll guide me, my brother, and that Jesus will just guide me through these practices and they'll take care of me. My brother's guardian, my best guardian angel I could ever ask for. So I've just super heavily leaned on my faith these past couple of weeks, this past year. I think it's all just coming that really helped me be able to do what I'm doing today, and I attribute it all to Jesus Christ, my brother, for helping me have in the 2 days of fasting.
What was it like when you look at your career, starting LSU, bursting on the scene? I mean, you're at SEC Media Days representing the team, and then going and kind of finding your fortune elsewhere, going to TCU. What was that kind of process like, and how did you continue to push through it to now where you're here at the Senior Bowl?
So my first goal was always to make it to LSU, but my real dream was to play in the NFL so I could take care of my family and give them everything they've ever wanted and more. Obviously I got to LSU, I played there, and I just knew that if I wanted to make my real dream come true, that I was gonna have to make a change. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I knew it was going to be hard. But I just leaned in my faith. I leaned on God, and I think all the adversity that I've been through from my senior year from my freshman year to my senior year has built me up for the moment of my brother's passing. Just because I've been through so much, and I've believed in God, and I've leaned on my faith so much especially this past year. I attribute that to the season I had. I think it's built me up to be that rock for my family in this moment. So, like I said, I don't think God, He does nothing by accident. There are no coincidences. So.
Well, your brother's a hero, and just know that, I mean, you know this, but all Louisiana stands behind you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
There was Jack Bech, man. What an impressive young man. Obviously, again, dealing with so much this week. This is already a week that is mentally taxing enough without tragedy rearing its head as it has in his family's life. And how we finish off there, I think we all do agree, which is he has the entire state behind him. And his brother was a hero, and Jack is doing an incredible job of honoring his brother. All right, when we get back here, we got Big Deal or No Big Deal. We got Munchies. We still got to get with Emery Jones as well. So keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Hey, guys, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. If you are suffering from ED, low T, low energy, you want to go to yourgoodwood.com. Take the first step. Do not be so embarrassed as to reinforce the problem, okay? Because you go to Goodwood, you get your labs drawn, they customize a plan to get you where you want to be, and you become your peak self. Yourgoodwood.com.
Go to the website today, and you'll see everything that they can do for you. T-Bob's right. The list is long and distinguished there, so check out what they can do for you. And also, I say, live life without that embarrassment. They are going to help you out. They are going to get to the bottom of whatever you are going through. A list of what they can do for you, again, is always going to be on that website. So go there today, check it out, schedule that appointment. Again, go ahead. They are there for you. Do not have that embarrassment. Go fix the issue. Yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Thursday, January 30th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 80 in hour 3 of today's show. We'll have Big Deal or No Big Deal at 9 a.m. And then at 9:15, LSU Executive Chef Michael Johnson hops on the show for our Munchie segment. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to hour number 3, our final show here in Mobile, Alabama. Shout out to LeBair's Baton Rouge Hotel and Casino for sponsoring the trip, getting us out here. A ton of fun getting to watch all of the football world descend upon Mobile this week. Right now, though, it's time for a little big deal or no big deal.
Ain't no big deal.
Big deal?
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
All right, guys, big deal or no big deal? Super Bowl's coming up in New Orleans.
That's a massive deal. I think New Orleans should host every major event. I think the College Football National Championship should rotate between the Rose Bowl and in New Orleans there, Caesars now. Stadium.
Yeah.
It's a Superdome. It's the Louisiana Superdome. Let's just go back to our childhood here. So yeah, it's a big deal.
So that was a bit. But big deal or no big deal? Super Bowl coming to New Orleans, and Jameis Winston is going to be a digital correspondent for Fox Sports as he takes us through the city to all of his favorite spots and becomes the tour guide for a lot of the country to experience New Orleans for the first time.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we were talking about it in the group chat yesterday. He is somebody that is going to thrive in that. Like, whenever he's done playing, he'll have a seat on First Take or Get Up or wherever he wants to. He's going to have some great insight, some crazy insight. So, yeah, him giving a peek behind the curtain of New Orleans feels like a big deal.
Massively awesome big deal. Very excited for this. Cannot wait. All right, Jake, you want to go?
Big deal or no big deal, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is a fan of moving to 10-minute quarters. Right now, they are 12-minute quarters. He wants to bump it down to 10 minutes. He wants it to stay in a 2-hour television window, a la college basketball. The Olympics also kind of in a 2-hour TV window in basketball. He wants to go from 48 minutes to 40. Big deal or no big deal?
I mean, really big deal. That's a pretty fundamental change, right? The thing that my head always goes back to immediately with that is I get really nervous about the impact on the record books.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you are playing a different game. I mean, your averages, everything, do you have to put a line of demarcation between like old era, new era? Massive deal. And even though I'm pretty down on the NBA right now, the Pelicans being so awful and kind of the product of the NBA being so happy, I don't think I want it to be 10-minute quarters.
Yeah, I don't. not for TV window. I mean, 2-hour TV window, I guess you're trying to speed it up, but just have less commercials if you want to speed it up. It's a 48-minute game, so just speed it up a little bit.
Okay, well, by extension, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were saying that one of the proposed NFL rule changes, Jake, big deal or no big deal, there is momentum to potentially outlaw the three-point stance.
What?
Yep.
Wait. They want to get rid of the three-point stance?
Because the guys who lead the kind of concussion research and CTE and all of that talk about how every single play, every lineman is getting a big head pop. And yes, granted, they aren't like the biggest singular pops, but it is consistent. It is every single play. So, yeah, apparently there is some momentum for outlawing the three-point stance.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, I don't know. You watch college football now, you'd think the O-line was – you think a lot of them have been outlawed.
Yeah, and we talk about them being what? Passive.
Yeah.
No, three-point stance, fire out of your stance. I want to have my toes in the ground. I want to have the three fingers in the ground, and I want to create that torque where I just come out of my hips immediately, gain steam, and then knock somebody's lid off. What? No, that is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, it could be your reality.
You're going to put flags on them next?
I mean,
Jesus,
we were talking about last night. He's like, and the
Joseph.
craziest thing is, if you do it, and then a couple of years later, nobody's going to really remember.
I'll remember. God, we're going to have guardian caps and no three-point stance. Jesus.
And we're going to outlaw too high safety while we're at it.
Yeah.
Taylor Laundrie, do y'all have a big deal or no big deal?
I don't, because I just don't like doing this when whatever, but Taylor, do you?
Yeah, big deal or no big deal. We're talking about Florida State and how they went from Jordan Travis to DJ Uiagalelei and like first in scoring to like almost dead last. Mike Norvell landed Thomas Castellanos from Boston College. We saw him do some nice things a year ago, and he's going to be taking his talents to Tallahassee. So big deal or no big deal?
I'm going to say no big deal because I'm very down on Castellanos from a character's maybe a little aggressive.
Leadership quality?
Leadership quality, yes. He quit on his team.
He quit, yeah.
He straight up quit on his team.
He said, holler at your boy in the middle of the season.
In the middle of the season, just because something didn't go his way. It's a massive red flag to me. Is he talented? Yes, absolutely. But I don't trust him as much as I did entering the season last year.
No, he was a player that I was pretty excited about, and he actually started the season really, really well. Remember last year, I guess it would have been 2 years ago now, I mean, he finished with such a great bowl game against SMU, but his stock is down. You can't lead the homies in the middle of the season at that position. You have to be the leader. I think Florida State's in some real trouble. I think Mike Norvell's in some real trouble. He's got to win at least 9 games, I think, to save face. You can have an offseason after having a perfect regular season and be okay. You can't win 2 games, only one against an actual FBS opponent. That can't happen. You have to win 9. If you win 6 games this year, he might be looking for his next job.
Maybe. I mean, he's still got the big buyout that probably isn't going anywhere anytime soon. One thing that I know is a big deal is what is going down tonight in – excuse me, is it tonight? Yes, tonight. It's Thursday, right? Sorry, my days are a little confused. Yes, tonight, guys, in the PMAC, whiteout, top 15 ranked battle. Number 7, LSU playing host to number 13, Oklahoma. Now, you can wear white to the game if you want to get your fit ready. But if you're going to the game, every seat's going to have a white T-shirt on, so you'll be good to go. Game's going to be on ESPN. How about this, Jake? SportsCenter live from the PMAC pad 1 to 2 today. So if you want to go get on ESPN, you want to go get on SportsCenter, well, there you go. You go out there. They got a party on the pad that starts at 3:30. They're going to have vendors, activities, food, drinks, everything. It's going to be a ton of fun. So you want to talk about the most badass basketball team in the state? There's only one answer, and it's the LSU women's team. And they got a really big one today. Oklahoma's very good. We talked to Coach Mulkey about it on Tuesday. So pack out the PMAC. Go to the pad later, bring the family, get on SportsCenter, have some fun, have some great food, drinks, activity, everything, like we said, and let's go Tigers. Get ready for a big-time battle later tonight.
Yeah, you're right. I felt like Coach Milky, more than any time this season, wanted to keep reminding everyone how good Oklahoma was. Like, did you get that same sense?
Yeah.
Like, she wanted to make sure when she talked about this game and talked about who they are, that she kind of, laid it out exactly what they're good at, how they're winning games, how they're number 13 in the country. They're 16-4 overall, 4-3 in the SEC, but still a very quality opponent. That's why they're still number 13 in the country. So it should be a great time, but also a great game inside the PMAC.
Scott all. So LSU did play Auburn last night as well. Number 1 team in the entire country. They covered. Right? Or did they?
No, it was 12.5.
No. Okay, never mind. They lost by 13.
They needed a hook.
Wow.
Another hook.
Yeah, I mean, look, first half, already 41-29. Scott mentions a 20 turnover. I mean, whatever. We knew it was going to happen.
Play better in the second half. That makes you feel better. I mean, they did compete. And I know that's not what anyone wants to hear, but that's kind of where you're at right now. You're 1-6 in conference play. The SEC is deeper than maybe it's ever been before. It's got the number 1 team in the country, but it's got multiple teams in the top 25. It is going to be a dogfight every single game. Doesn't matter who you play. LSU is a team that is going to win some of those games. They are. They're going to beat somebody that they probably, air quotes, should not, but it's going to be tough sledding, and the product looks better, and I know a lot of people are not happy with where it's at right now. I get that, but the SEC is just loaded, and you're not right now in the same category. You're not the same quality right now as some of those top teams.
No, you're not. All right, when we get back, you know what time it is. It's time for some munchies with our guy, Chef Michael Johnson. Keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Off the Bench is brought to you each and every day by All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com is the website. All-Star Toyota is your one-stop vehicular shop. If you're looking to buy new Toyota-certified used vehicle, you need a rent, you want cheaper per-day rental prices, your traditional rental companies, all of it is there at All-Star. So take advantage today. Remember, if you need a body shop or a service center, we are open to all makes and models. So it doesn't be Toyota, it doesn't be All-Star, and you still get that free professional estimate, the excellent lines of communication, the rapid turnaround time on the work, again, and the things like the shuttle service. Well, they'll actually, if it's like, maybe a day fix, right? They'll drop you off where you need to go, pick you back up, save you money on Ubers and stuff like that. And if it is a multi-day fix and you need a rental, again, Miss Lee Sessions going to get you right. Right there off the airline in Goodwood, very convenient located. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you. Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand.
Live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, shout out LeBears for having us out here, and shout out our next guy, Chef Michael Johnson. Let's do it, guys. It's time for some munchies.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson. Let's eat.
That's right, Chef. Chef, what's going on, man? How are we doing on this Thursday?
Man, I'm good, brother. How are y'all?
Doing very well. Always excited to talk to you, man.
Yeah, likewise.
Hashtag Munchies. I'm making fresh chicken stock with chicken feet. Any tips of what else to add?
So you have two different types of chicken stock. You have roasted chicken stock and you have raw chicken stock. One of them is going to be light in color. One of them is going to be roasted. I always roast mine. I just like the flavor of the roast better. But chicken feet, you don't necessarily want to roast when you put in there, right? If you want to get the most amount of gelatin out of the chicken feet, just put them in there. Just drop them in there after you've roasted your bones, or you can saute the bones and get a little color on it that way. But I always roast my bones. The brown from the caramelization helps with the flavor of the stock. Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. What are some recipes I can use for beef cheeks? I've been thinking about doing some enchiladas with them.
Yeah, I mean, cheeks in general are just one of those things that are a delicacy. You know, you got to. I like to braise cheeks. Maybe a little red wine reduction. For some reason, and this is the Hannibal Lecter fan in me coming out.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember the movie, and he goes out and finds some mushrooms and throws them in the pot with the braised cheeks. And what's up, dude? And so I'm gonna go with some wild picked mushrooms with my beef cheek this morning. Yeah.
Would you would you pair a Chianti with human liver?
and fava beans.
Hashtag
Oh,
Munchies. Do you ever make a pork stock? I have some pig bones left over from a hog roast this past weekend. What's the best way to make a pork stock?
Yeah, most people would call it a ham stock, and they'll use the bone from a roasted ham bone. Like not a lot of people do it because there's better flavor stocks. Just like ham bones and pork bones, whatever you want to call them. Like I think when you're cooking, like chicken stock is kind of one of those lighter flavors that just blends well into food and people enjoy it. And not only that, like when you're making stocks in the restaurant, you run into people that don't eat pork, right, or don't eat pig, and so that's not necessarily the case with chicken. So you see people when they're using a lighter stock gear towards chicken because it's a nice flavorful liquid sauce or a nice flavorful liquid versus having the complications of. But yeah, you can most definitely. I mean, you just treat it like any other stock. You roast the bones. I like to take tomato paste and caramelized tomato paste. Like saute it, and when you're doing this in a pan, I say saute. You got to be very careful because it moves like wet sand, and it will splatter. And if it gets on your skin, it's like napalm, right? So you don't want to. This is from experience now. You don't want to get that on your skin, brother. So, but you put some oil in your pan and saute the tomato paste in the oil, and it develops the sugars in the tomato paste. And then you smear that tomato paste on your bones and roast the bones for a bit, and then put that into your stock, and it'll turn out a really nice, flavorful sauce.
Hashtag Munchies. Does Chef have a special pair of shoes or comfy socks he likes to wear while cooking?
I have some Mozos that are like they're kind of chef clogs, but not. I turn my ankle over in a pair of traditional chef clogs, and so these Mozos, they look like chef clogs, but they have a soft footbed, and I can walk in them all day long. You know, like I put in, I don't know how many steps a day, but it's between five and.
You don't know how many? Yeah, give us a round number or a range.
Yeah, 10,000 steps probably.
Damn,
yeah.
Chef.
I mean, when I was working in the stadium business, there was days where I would walk like 15 miles. You know.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I guess it's a great way to stay in shape. Hashtag Munchies. When cooking a soup or a stew, how do I keep the flavor / moisture in the meat while simmering for hours? Everything seems to leak into the broth.
Yeah. It's the cool down process, right? Like if you're eating it directly from hot, you know, you need to cool your soup down, and because the muscle tissue's tense when they heat, right? And whether it's in the broth or not, it's going to squeeze, that tension is going to squeeze the moisture out of the meat. And so cooling it down to, 140, 150 degrees allows that muscle tissue to, calm, relax, right? And when it relaxes, it draws moisture back into the tissues. So, yeah, a lot of people do that. Like when you're braising something, then they pull it out, and it's beautiful, it's falling apart, and then they chop it up. If it's got steam coming out of it, if the muscle tissue has steam coming out of it, that meat's drying out, right? So you want to let the dish cool down with the liquid surrounding the muscle tissue until it stops, having that heavy steam action come out. Like steam starts acting around, 170-ish, somewhere between 170 and 180. Like the water starts acting a little bit differently. You start to see bubbles. So you don't want to see steam. Otherwise, that's liquid evacuating the muscle tissue.
Hashtag Munchies. Is there any difference between purple garlic and white garlic?
Absolutely. I mean, there's dozens of types of different garlic, and the pigments in them alter the flavor. So, like there's black garlic that's like fermented. There's elephant garlic that's massive. Absolutely, and they're worth playing around with. Like each one of them has subtle differences.
Hashtag Munchies. The same person that was talking about having the pig roast wants to make hogshead cheese, Chef. Do you have any hogshead cheese making tips and or strategies?
Man, this is one of my favorite things ever, hoghead cheese.
Hell yeah,
and my strategy is get the head for real and do it for real. Like a lot of people take pork butt and try to falsify it with a pork butt. It doesn't have the gelatin in it. It doesn't have the snout. It doesn't have the ears.
Yeah.
Like you take the head and simmer it for a long amount of time, at least 4 hours until everything's loose, right? And when you're picking the tissues off, like you take the ear and cut it up and put it back in and let it simmer for a while. The snout the same way, the cheeks, like you're picking all that meat off of the
skull.
The head, the skull. Right. I don't put the brain in there. I usually pull that tissue out. But that gelatin, all the gelatin from all those pieces, the snout and the ears and the jowl, that's what helps it set up and give it its consistency. Now, I have taken pork butt and stewed it down later with all that stuff included. Because I like a big amount of hoghead cheese, not a little tin. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'll take that gelatin and stretch it out a little bit with a small butt and make it stretch. But gosh, I'm salivating right now talking
I'm
about
so
it.
freaking hungry, dude. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
You gotta have garlic in there. You gotta have black peppers in there. And when you put that in there matters too, because I like to put a little garlic in there in the beginning and let it turn to butter, basically. Like cook it until it's so soft that when you grind it, it's turning to butter, and then put some raw garlic in there that has that's been minced, so that when it goes through the meat grinder, it still has a little bit of texture to it. And also, it's worth saying, like, kind of like andouille. I don't like to put the same texture of things into my hog head cheese. Like the ears and the snout, I'm going to slice up into slices and let that big chunks of gelatin stay in there.
Yeah.
Maybe grind the snout, but the ears, like slice up into slices and have different sizes of texture and grinds in it. It just adds character to the loaf, right?
What do you pair it with? I mean, obviously you could just eat a bite, or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, what kind? Do you have like a cracker bread? Like, what are you dipping in it?
So you're not going to believe this, but I will actually put all that energy into hog head cheese. I'll eat it cold out of the refrigerator. I'll eat it on a cracker. I'll eat it like a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Put it on with some mayonnaise and mustard.
Oh, that's.
But what I really love to do, I like to take a big chunk of hog head cheese and put it down into a pot of like sea peas or white beans or something of that nature, and it just adds so much character to your beans.
Oh man, give me something new to try every single week here at Munchies. Hashtag Munchies. Let's see here.
Chef, what about the Super Bowl? You got any plans for the Super Bowl? I know that you love, kind of getting ready for it. I don't know if it's one of those days where you have to cook or maybe somebody else does. I know you have some holidays, big events where you kind of just turn it over to somebody else.
Well, you're opening Pandora's box. I'm a Chiefs fan, bro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it must be so hard.
God,
how have you gone on the last 5-6 years?
Since you leave.
Yeah,
7 conference championships in a row. Now looking to be the first ever. Oh yeah. Good on you.
First of all, a lot of people don't know it, but the Chiefs held like the second record, or sat number 2 for most playoff appearances without a win. Like without a championship for, the Marty Schottenheimer years. Like the 80s and 90s were rough. On every Chiefs fan alive.
Nobody feels bad for you. I don't care. I know. Look, I know. I'm sure you're right. Like you went through hard times, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, but nobody feels bad for you. Get the hell up out of here, dude.
Well, my point being is I'm not a fair weather fan. I've been cheering for the Chiefs since I was like 4 years old.
Okay, very fair. So, let's be very. Let the record state this is not a Johnny come lately. Okay, he did go through the hard times. So what are you going to do then to watch your favorite team try to become the first ever 3-peat Super Bowl winner?
Well, there's going to be a lot of yelling, and actually, it's actually better when nobody else is in the house because I can yell as loud as I want and people don't get fussy at me. Like there's probably going to be a little bourbon in a glass somewhere, because I cheer for the Chiefs, on Sunday or Monday or whatever the day the game is, and sometimes it's Thursday, but. I do enjoy a little glass of bourbon when I watch the Chiefs, and something quick and easy. Like I told y'all, I like wings for the Super Bowl, man. It's one of those things that you can, I could throw half because I love cold chicken wings. I'll put half of them in the refrigerator, and that's post halftime, and then I'll eat some of them like at the beginning. But I really prefer to watch the game by myself because I get stressed and I'll pace the room, and it's quite a bit for me.
Well, I'm happy for you, Chef. I am a little sick of the Chiefs like everybody is, but I'm happy for you. Hashtag Munchies.
Just so you know, that feeds the fuel. You know what I mean? I love hearing that.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all have made the Eagles the good guys. Do you know how hard do you know how hard that is to do? That's an impossible lift. But y'all found a way. Hashtag Munchies, advice on making carpaccio at home. Mainly how to slice the meat super thin. Should I just get a good deli slicer?
A slicer is super important. Even at like a cheap spinning, it needs to have a spinning blade. But if you take that tenderloin, I like to use tenderloin. You can use other cuts of meat, but I like to take the tenderloin and put it roll it up in a ball or roll it up in a log. And you can take like tenderloin, like the trim of the tenderloin. And you don't have to use like the barrel of the tenderloin. Like you could take the trim and clean the fat out of it, and put it into like a cellophane, like wrap it in cellophane like you do butter in like a log. Spin it, so it gets nice and tight, and the diameter that you're looking for, and throw it in the freezer for 20 minutes and let that muscle tissue firm up really nicely, and slice it. You don't want it frozen. You want it like just before frozen, right? And so meat, because it has salinity in it, if it's 32 degrees, it's going to be firm. but it's not going to be frozen. So, like if you have the ability to change the temperature of your freezer, you can turn it up to 34 rather than down from 17. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it sits kind of semi-firm, not frozen solid, and it doesn't change the color of the meat either. But it's freezing. It's really good. Like if you have a fear of bacteria, that's always good for it. But realistically, it's about setting the muscle tissues nice and firm so that when you put it on the slicer, it just comes clean. And when you put it on the plate, it just softens up and it becomes the dish, right?
Chef, I've got one more for you. So our producer, Alondra, has a birthday next week. Where should she go for her birthday dinner in Baton Rouge next week?
It's a good question, man. I don't go out to eat too terribly much. I do have a friend in Kevin Kimball and Stabs Prime, and I like to go over there. If I want to be spoiled, that's where I go because Kevin and I go way back. And when I walk in there, he treats me like a rock star. Not that I expect it, but I always have an exceptional time there. And I know there's much. I know there's lots of great places around. Like I'm not a highfalutin guy. I'm just like sometimes I like a good steak. I like Elsie's. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going for my birthday, I'm going to go down to Elsie's and eat a soul food plate and be just fine with it and happy with it. If I'm putting on a pair of slacks and something like that and gonna go fancy, I'm probably just gonna go to Stabs and eat a nice steak.
There you go. Chef Michael Johnson, the legend, LSU executive chef. You love him. Chef, thank you so much, man, every single week for joining us. You're the absolute best, dude.
Take care, guys.
Von Bluesman, Chef's pep talk can make you run through a brick wall for a mouthwatering steak. I agree, dude. I mean, oh my God, I'm so hungry. JV Senior, I've been thinking about you. He's our resident Marshall fan in the chat, Jake.
Yep.
And he says, we are Marshall. Mike Green will be Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mike Green is a name we have not mentioned on this show yet that's been incredible. Pass rusher out of Marshall, been dominating. Had a viral
ran
rep
through somebody yesterday.
He ran through, I think it's like Connerly or whatever his name is. But, yeah, you want to talk about a name that you probably don't know about right now, but I think by the end of this next NFL season you will. Mike Green is one of the names to watch for sure. All right, when we get back, we're going to tell you NFL story of the day. Keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to Main Event in Baton Rouge. Main Event in Baton Rouge. If you're looking to have some fun, you want to use some laser tag, dude? Sounds awesome. Multi-level laser tag arena. Are you kidding me? Gravity ropes, professional level bowling lanes, arcades, all there at Main Event. You mentioned OTB when you go in too. You get a free 30-minute all-you-can-play game card, so it's a great way for you, the family, maybe a first date, maybe a business, whatever the case may be. We have dedicated party planners on standby, ready to go. Go to Main Event Baton Rouge today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you'll see the hours, and we always tell you, I mean, they are open late on Mondays till 1 a.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday until midnight, Friday and Saturday until 2 a.m., and then even Sunday, they're open 11 a.m. until midnight as well, so they stay open late for you, and we always tell you whatever you want it to be. You can book a party. You can have the bowling alley rented out if you got a corporate event, but if you just want to go with the family, they've got that option for you as well. Go play games, go bowl, go have dinner. Go to the website today, mainevent.com.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few.
Live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, presented by Low Bears Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
These are my confessions. I'm ready to go home. It's been a great time here in Mobile. Shout out to La Bears Casino Hotel Baton Rouge for sponsoring the trip out here so that we could be out here. It's been great getting coverage, hearing war stories from all these old NFL guys, seeing who everybody is really high on this week, seeing some of the NFL stars of tomorrow. But Miss Baton Rouge, miss my kids.
Yeah, we get to this point every year.
I know, exactly.
We get to this point every year. It was good for the LSU contingency to go out there and to play really well, and to see them be kind of, each day a different one's kind of been the star of that practice, and so hopefully that continues today as well.
It's been really great. So shout out to Jim Nagy, Reese's Senior Bowl, La Bears for having us out here. Right now, it's time for our guy, Tay-Tay, for his NFL Story of the Day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
All right, so we all know that the Super Bowl is taking place in New Orleans, and the winning team will be lifting the Lombardi Trophy. But, guys, is it the last time someone actually lifts the Lombardi Trophy? So, according to Bill Belichick, it absolutely should be. He was on the Let's Go podcast this week, and he was talking about how he thinks NFL coaches get too much credit. He said players win games. You can't win games without good players. He said, as a matter of fact, why don't we change the name of the Super Bowl trophy from the Lombardi Trophy to the Brady Trophy? He wants to name it after Tom Brady in honor of his 7 Super Bowl wins. So what are your guys' thoughts? Should we rename the Lombardi Trophy?
No. Absolutely not. Is that as loud as it sounds in my ears?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
No, I don't really know what it is.
No, man. I mean, you can't rename the Lombardi Trophy, especially not because, Patrick Mahomes may end up having more Super Bowls than Brady. They're pacing the exact same at this point in their career. Only Holmes has had a slightly more success. So, no, I don't think you rename the trophy, Bill.
No, I don't. I think you can give whoever the MVP is of the Super Bowl, give it to Tom Brady, most valuable player of the Super Bowl. That'd be a nice way to honor him.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
No, I mean, Lombardi's Lombardi, and so no, keep it the same. Don't change tradition. And if Bill Belichick wants an award, Bill Belichick Coach of the Year, something like that. But no, Lombardi was somebody that was on the ground floor of the NFL.
Yeah, Jonathan even says Lombardi Trophy has a better ring than the Brady Trophy. Yeah, I mean, well, also, like, we experienced Tom Brady. But again, like, Patrick Mahomes may pass him up. So, you can be, pump the brakes there, Billy boy.
Pump the brakes on Patty Mahomes there, T-Bob. Okay, show some respect to Tom Brady.
Why? Why pump the brakes? At this point in their career, Mahomes has more regular season wins. They have the same amount of championships, 3 each by the time they were this age. But Mahomes has 3 Super Bowl MVPs to Brady's 1. Why am I pumping the brakes?
I just, Brady's my guy. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it.
How many guys do you have? I mean, there's Baker.
1 current, 1 retired. Not very many.
There's Jerry.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Hey, the Cowboys hired Matt Eberflus as their defensive coordinator, so the franchise is saved. Speaking of my guy, Jerry Jones.
I still just can't trust Eberflus because his last name's Eberflus. You know, I'm sure he's very smart, football-wise. But there's just never been a worse last name.
Yeah, what origin is that?
Eberflus. It sounds like maybe it's a German, if I had to guess, perhaps. I'm not sure. All right. Let's remind you to go to Trash Rangers today. If you need residential trash pickup, you live in Livingston or Ascension, you get a choice. And right now, we still have that incredible half-off deal going on. That's right. You make the switch today. It's half off. It means as low as $13.95 a month for superior service to that of the national guys, right? People who are reliable, efficient, give a damn. 1,000 5-star reviews right now online. That doesn't happen by accident. So make the switch today, trashrangers.com. Again, if you're a business owner anywhere in the listening area, though, you can also choose to handle your pickup. Look, we're a local small business as well. We understand how customizable your needs may be, and we can meet them, right? So front-load dumpsters emptied anywhere from 1 to 6 days a week. Roll-off dumps 15, 20, 30 yards, whatever you need for project. Trash Rangers, and go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com.
See, we can play the Emery Jones interview that I was able to get yesterday, I think.
How long is it?
I think like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we can do it. It's 4 minutes and 40 seconds long, so.
Hit it.
Jacob Hester, Chris Doring here with former LSU tackle Emery Jones. And Emery, I got to ask you, man, you came into LSU. Everybody thought you were going to play guard. That was just like the assumption. Then all of a sudden, man, like game number 2 of your freshman year, they kick you out to tackle. You stay there. You live there. What was that transition like? And if you let teams know, if I got to play guard, I can play tackle, I can kind of do it all?
Yeah, man, coming in LSU, I always thought I was an offensive lineman. Coach Davis kind of told me coming in, he was like, I don't know where I'm going to play you at. And I took that personally, man. I was like, I don't know where you're going to play me at either, but you're going to play me somewhere. So tackle was the home for me at the time, and, you know, I took every opportunity I could out of it.
We're doing our show the last couple of days and see you guys down there doing some of the half-line drills and one-on-one stuff. You're surrounded by LSU helmets. I mean, this guy's going crazy every time you or your teammates down there get a win. What's it been like competing in those one-on-one situations, but having those teammates that you're so comfortable with by your side?
Yeah, man, it makes it feel normal. It makes it feel like we're practicing right back in Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? You know, we kind of talk to each other before every rep. And I mean, just kind of making it feel like home, making it feel like routine. It doesn't feel like, you know, I'm in a different place or in Mobile, Alabama. It feels like I'm right back in my backyard at LSU.
How different is the scheme and some of the techniques and things you're learning this week compared to what you went through there in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, man, I was blessed enough to have a really great O-line coach with, you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of great concepts. So, I mean, pretty much everything's the same, just different names for us. So, I mean, we're picking up on it really well and just trying to execute everything that they give us.
City, one of my favorite things about Emery after the play, he's going to let you know a little something extra. We call that lanyap down in Louisiana. I love the trash talk. Is that something that gets you motivated and going? Because you're a pretty quiet guy off the field, but when you go between those lines, I can tell Emery Jones turns into a different player.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just a switch I flip, man. I flip a switch. I don't know where it comes from. You know, it's just kind of like something takes over me when I get out on that field. When I'm trying to compete and, you know, take over on the football field.
We saw a little bit of it today. So you had a rep against one of the edge rushers from Texas. I think you won the first rep. There was some great debate between the offense and defense, and you said, let's run it back. Let's get 2 more. You won both of those reps. Kind of walk us through what that was like. Called out in front of everybody. You're right there in the middle of the field, and then you end up winning.
Yeah, man, I actually wanted to get in it yesterday, and they kind of sat me out because I had a lot of reps. And they kind of letting the other guys get a little bit of showcase in. So, coming in today, I kind of knew. I was like, whoever steps across me, I'm going to try to dominate them. And, first rep, I thought, maybe it was a tie. So I was like, yeah, let's run it back then. Like, I don't want to leave no doubt. You know what I'm saying? It's the last part of practice. Let's compete. They called it a competing period, and I wanted to do just that.
You've mentioned competition a couple times in a few of your answers here. Obviously, I can tell that matters. And the fact that you're here at the Senior Bowl shows how much you like to compete. I think the draft process is interesting because instead of people telling you how good you are, they want to come up with things that, he doesn't do this well or doesn't do that well. What do you want to prove to the scouts and to the general managers and coaches that you do that maybe they have doubts about?
Oh, man, one thing that I feel like a deficiency in my game is a little bit of my pass protection. Sometimes I get myself in bad spots, and, I want to kind of prove that I'm getting better at that. Constantly growing, constantly getting better at, my game, my technique, my craft. Just kind of that I'm a guy that's going to come in and work. I feel like I'm proving that to these coaches, and I feel like I'm gaining respect because of it.
Anybody you pattern your game after or look at as a good comp at the next level?
Yeah, I like watching Penei Sewell, man. Like, he's a guy who came in as a young guy, and I feel like he don't take no crap from nobody. You know what I'm saying? He came in, he became leading this team early, got in the playoffs early, and everything that he's doing is something that I want to accomplish one day. So that guy is a guy I look up to.
All right, so Emery, last one for me. You went against some of the best in the SEC every single week. Who was the best edge rusher you went against either this year or in your career from the SEC?
Probably Will Anderson, man. I got to give it to him. A guy that's performing really well in the NFL league. Probably I would say Will Anderson.
It is interesting, though, watching guys that you played against transition to the NFL and have success immediately. I mean, what has playing in the SEC done for you and your preparedness for the next level?
I think it gives you a lot of confidence, man. You know what I'm saying? You go against these great guys, these great rushers, and they go to the league and do the same thing. When you feel like, you did a good job against them, it gives you a lot of confidence to know that it kind of gives you a sense of you can play in that league. Some people may have doubts that they can play or can't play in that league, and I feel like, there isn't much doubt when it comes to me thinking I can play in that league.
Emery, we appreciate your time. Best of luck the rest of the week.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me.
All right, that was Jake sitting down with Emery Jones yesterday here at Senior Bowl. We'll be back to wrap up the show with Off the Bench next.
Off the Bench.
Every day on Off the Bench, guys, we are brought to you by our friends at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota is there for you if you need a brand new vehicle. Look, maybe you want to join me in the minivan gang. The Toyota Sienna, the car's so nice, I bought it twice. All the room for activities. You can customize it however you want, move your seats all around, take them out easily. It's incredible, everything that you can get accomplished with that minivan. But it's not just that, right? If you want a big old Tundra, maybe you want a Tacoma, maybe you even end up leasing something you never would have guessed, like a Camry. I've been there before as well. The bottom line is All-Star is going to have the answer with the best people to help you find said answer. So let them be your Sherpa in the car buying wilderness. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, go there today, buying new, if you're leasing, if you're renting, whatever it is. And T-Bob just mentioned it. They got so many different options for you. It's going to be options for everybody. Your needs are going to be met over at All-Star. Bigger, smaller, better on gas mileage. It does not matter. They have got you covered. You got to go to the website today, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
Live from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
What's going on, y'all? Wrapping up our coverage of the Senior Bowl, the final segment here in Mobile. Again, shout out to Jim Nagy, the Senior Bowl. Shout out to L'Auberge, Baton Rouge Hotel Casino, Baton Rouge for making this trip possible. Shout out Rivers doing some excellent on-site production. Shout out to Taylor and Alondra holding it down back home. Very excited to be back in the studio with y'all tomorrow. Let's do some Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Busy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench, which Lord of the Rings character would you be? In my younger days, I always liked Gimli, dwarves, drinking, crazy, short, kind of but it's Sam. It's Sam Gamgee. Sam is the O-line of the Lord of the Rings. He's a great friend. He's selfless. He may not be the most physically gifted or anything like that, but he's going to do what it takes for the boys, for his teammates. Ultimate foxhole guy. That's Sam Gamgee. So give me Sam.
Legolas, always. Nobody looked cooler than when he was pulling the arrows out and getting ready to go to work.
Is funny, though, because that is the literal opposite of too gritty to be pretty. Like, elves are the least gritty of all of the races in Lord of the Rings.
It looked really cool when he
he did. Shield surfing, right? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Sliding down the elephant trunk and Return of the King.
Just picking people off.
Ask the Bench. Is Taylor hosting the show tomorrow? No, we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. Can't wait. Ask the Bench. What part of the country could you not live in, maybe due to weather, sports, food, etc., whatever?
What portion of the country?
Yeah, I don't know. The Dakotas seem pretty tough.
I have no desire to live in the Midwest.
Yeah, I agree. Hashtag Ask the Bench. Fan of croissants? Croissant? What? Show me the person who eats a croissant and is like, I don't like that. Actually, I've never really thought about that. Is it possible? I understand, being it's not your favorite, but is it possible to take a bite of a croissant and be like, oh, that's bad? I don't think so. So, yes, absolutely fan of croissant.
Yeah, big or small and everywhere in between, hot, cold, something inside, just plain. Take it all.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. Where's Rivers today? It's right there.
It's not Friday.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. Protein goals for the day.
All day, every day. Every meal needs to have at least 25 grams of protein. If you don't have 25 grams of protein in each meal, what are you even doing?
CD and Jake keep accusing me of being a wuss and
No.
for wasting my workouts.
Not a wuss. It's just not very smart. You work out hard every day, and then you don't replenish it or you don't enhance it with a protein after.
I know. You're right. No, you're right. I mean, I'm not right. I'm wrong. You're right. That's all the questions that we got.
Your
here we go.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead. No,
I was
go
going to say, like, your body, like 35 grams is about what you need to take in, like, every meal. Like, you can't really have more than that. I mean, you can. It's not really going to affect you, but, like, 35 grams kind of what your body's going to be able to take in and help produce some of those muscles. So, look, if you just get, like, a good – it doesn't have to be something crazy. If you get in a good 20 grams of protein after your workout, that's going to be okay for you.
I'll say this for Jake. This man is disciplined. Yesterday, Sears got a bunch of Chick-fil-A delivered to the table, and Jake's grilled chicken sandwich came in fried, and this man didn't eat it. That is – like, at that point, I'm just like – well, I mean, first off, I've never really been in that situation. But at that point, I'd be like, you know what? This is the gods bless me a little bit here. You know, they gave me a little lucky break. I started out with the best of intentions, but here we go. I was impressed, dude. Good job. All right, guys.
Yeah, that's you got to be. You got to be. If you're trying to get to your ultimate goals, you have to be.
All right, guys. We love you. Again, thank you all for hanging out with us this week. It's been a ton of fun. Very excited to get back home. But we always love being here in Mobile, Alabama, and getting to cover this game, getting to cover these stars of tomorrow. And shout out to LeBair's Hotel Casino in Baton Rouge for making it happen. We'll be back, like I said, in studio tomorrow. Champagne shenanigans. Previewing the weekend, probably back to a bit of our shenanigans as well. It's always harder to cut up a bit in a room like this because, then people will not. Whatever, though, we love you, and we'll see you tomorrow for more OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to K to Z Window Coverings, KTOZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. Guys, summer right around the corner. And so let's say you got an outdoor kitchen, okay, and you want to be grilling, chilling, hanging out. Well, where does the chilling come in? Because you get some drop-down exterior shading put in, and all of a sudden you're protected from the sun while you're working that grill. Maybe take some glare off the inside here. The point is, Brandon Barton will come out, figure out how your home interacts with sun, and customize a plan for you. Go to KTZBlinds.com.
You go to the website today and schedule that appointment. Have them come out. Just have them come out. Have them come out to your home, and they are going to look at your space, know your space, 5-10 minutes, know exactly where you're going to need help. Where is the sun hitting, and what time of the day is it hitting? And they're going to make sure that they give you exactly what you need. Exterior, interior, it does not matter. Sometimes you get help from exterior shade that helps you in the interior like I have. Have Brandon and the team come out, KTZBlinds.com.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.